from any intelligence community is still broadcasted on the radio. This is Mr. Chair.
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even members of my family.
Para ma-improve talaga yung aming
my fellow public servant in the government, our invited guests, members of media, our staff. A pleasant morning to all of you. Our third regular session is now called to order. Please stand for a short prayer followed by the national anthem.
Let us all pray in the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin to this session. Help us, Lord, to engage in meaningful discussion. Allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace, dear Lord, as we make decisions that might affect our constituents, and continue to remind us that all that we do today, all that we accomplish, is the pursuit of greater glory of you and for the service of our fellow men. Impart upon us your supreme wisdom so that we can accomplish our responsibilities better. Thank you, Lord, for being our source of strength and inspiration today. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Madam Secretary, kindly do the roll call.
Okay, we are now in our third regular session. The honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malay, Honorable Abram L. Swalog,
Present.
SB Member Natalie Kawaling Padere, SB Member Jupiter L. Regigalinero,
Present.
SB Member Frolibar S. Bautista, SB Member Lloyd B. Maming, SB Member Dalidigway Sumdad, SB Member Maylin Aguirre Graf, SB Member Danilo G. De Los Santos, and SB Member Danti sa Pagsugiron, SB Member Julita A. Aron. Mr. Chairman, 6 are present and 4 are absent. Honorable Aron is on official business.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. So the chair would like to declare a quorum. Let's-
We would like to acknowledge our invited guest this morning from
Intelligence community is still
They were chief executive in the barangays eh. So meaning if you're a chief executive in that barangay, you have the power to stop everything which is illegal, Mr. Presiding. So I would like to commend the barangay council headed by our post Chon Gabay for doing her job. It's a done well action. This is now, I think that some barangay chairman now and the barangay councils will do the same in order to help the LGU to curb this kind of activities which is disturbing and it giving a very bad image or distracting activities in our LGU Malay, Mr. Presiding.
Okay. Honorable Aguirre, is that privilege or?
I will comment
Okay,
also
okay.
on,
Proceed.
I'd like to commend the effort that Barangay Manok-Manok showed, no, who is the boss here. They are the boss. So they showed the investor or the developer that there is actually a boss here and you have to follow. And I being a woman, it's not easy, no, to deal with people like that. But but having that I call that task given by being I call that elected in that position, you have all the support of the barangay actually. If anything goes wrong, you have the whole barangay to support you. So who will be against you? And it's nice to be hearing something like that, Mr. Chair. Thank you to the Manok-Manok Barangay Council, headed by the barangay chairwoman, Miss
Gabay.
Chona Villanueva.
Gabay.
Okay.
Gabay. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
In addition, there's the
Honorable
Chair.
Bautista.
As long as we have to support also the barangay officials doing their job, no. Unlike before, as I think everybody knows that there was a problem in one barangay before that he doesn't want to give endorsement or barangay clearance to certain applicants for projects that it goes very alarming, no, in the island. And there was something happens that in order to suspend the barangay chairman, and after suspension, they allowed the construction of that project, which is a very big issue now on the island. So once we have some officials in the barangay that really doing their job properly and appropriately, so we have to support them, not to stop them or doing something that in order only to allow some illegal activities in our locality, Mr. Chairman. So we have now the woman power here in Malay, Barangay Chairman Chona Villanueva Gabay. Thank you, Barangay Captain Gabay.
Okay, before we proceed, there were a lot of text messages asking the PCTV if the coverage is live at the moment or what? Live ron, babong reklamo. Hindi ko na nakatanaw, hindi na makita. Ay gaya request gid nga Vice pakiambal ang PCTV i-live ko no, hindi na nakakita aton istoryahan.
I think we have to rewind it, Mr. Chairman, what we have been said, in order to.
Anyway, they will replay it later, no? But I, for one, would like to congratulate the Barangay Council of Manok-Manok and, of course, the Barangay Chairman, Honorable Gabay, no, for the job well done. In spite of the fact that the income generating from the barangay clearance of any applicant, and for that matter, a construction, is only 300 pesos compared to LGU that we're collecting more than 100,000, 50,000. So, in spite of that, they were able to stop the construction. So, I would like to commend, but we would like to remind also that the LGU should have done also their part, as they are collecting more than the barangay, no? Anyway, that should be a joint effort between the barangay officials and the local government unit. So kung baskog aton barangay, back up ang LGU, mas maka-implement kita tosto. Pero kung ang barangay lang gahulag, especially if there are dispute on the property, the barangay officials and the barangay police or TANO, they're limited only to some extent. Hindi pwede sanda kung may mga dispute rin, hindi masarang may mga armas sa sulod. Unlike kung police naton or mga enforcer, makapuwersa. So I would like to remind also our LGU enforcer to do the same and coordinate with the barangay officials. Okay? So congratulations, Honorable Gabay and the Barangay Council. And of course, Tanod, Barangay Tanod o Manok-Manok. Tungod o dyan ang isog nanda, o dyan andang effort nga mag-implementa, bisan batuta lang anda karan nga armas, at least may guts nga mag-implement. So congratulations sa Barangay Tanod at Manok-Manok. Any other privilege?
Okay, Mr. Chair.
Honorable
Okay.
Pagsugiron, the gentleman from Manok-Manok,
Thank you,
is
Mr. Chair.
recognized.
Actually, good morning to all of us here, no, to our guest. Of course, I'd like also to commend, no, my salute to the Barangay Council of Manok-Manok. But it's good, Mr. Chair, that you mentioned also that because I believe that it's not the barangay cannot do alone, no, without also it's not support from the LGU, but of course the LGU has also an authority to enforce the law, no. So that's why it must be a concerted effort between the barangay and the local government, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'd like only to report to this August body that there were 4, no, company still operating helmet diving outside the designated area in Boracay, Mr. Chair, and I think kailangan siguro ma-imbestigahan ito, or dahil some of the legitimate helmet diving company are complaining, and that's why I bring this matter to the plenary, so that we can discuss and we can recommend, no, what possible actions of the LGU can do, no, about this 4 helmet diving company operating outside the designated area, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Honorable Bautista.
Can we get a copy or any complaint, no, from the Agrib helmet diving operator, no, of these 4 operators, no, which is outside the helmet diving assigned, no, area of this LGU, so that we have the basis of investigating that illegal activity, Mr. Presiding.
Okay, so Honorable Pagsugiron, kindly
Okay, Mr. Chair, no, I will inform, no, the associations to I think send to us their complaint, no, so that we can act accordingly, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there were some reports also that there were 2 or 3 balsa, no, aside from the LGU designated area. May balsa mo nag-operate sa Cagban. So we are concerned because it will deprive again the income of the LGU. So Honorable Pagsugiron, kindly also check on that report para ipanadungan lang natin. If there's any investigation to be conducted, then we will just incorporate the 2 report.
Anyway, Mr. Chair, no, that is exactly, you know, this 4 helmet diving company operating is located in Cagban, no, and even this morning I saw this balsa, no, in that area, and the problem, Mr. Chair, this 4 balsa operating in that area, the price, no, that's why the number 1 concern of the helmet diving association is that this 4 helmet diving company charge lower than the agreed price, Mr. Chair, no. So kaya medyo wala doon lahat halos ang pupunta yung mga guest sa area, dahil halos almost charge I think 3 to 200 pesos per pax, while doon sa mga sa association they're charging around 600 pesos, no. So kayo mga customer ay doon halos pupunta, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Mr.
Honorable
Chair,
Bautista.
Why the helmet diving charging 600 pesos? While in our memorandum of agreement, only 100 pesos per head, and then 10% of which will go to the LGU?
No, I think uh, the submit before, no, the proposed rates is around 800 pesos. That includes the I think commissions from the legitimate commissioners, like the associations of Chinese and Taiwanese associations. So ang 300 parang doon pupunta sa commissions, and 500 doon sa company. And then out of that 500, parang 100 pupunta doon sa balsa. Per pax, that's per pax, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Honorable
So I
Bautista.
think this should be properly checked, Mr. Presiding, since it is not it's not clear, no, on the presentation before, no. Since we always talking of 100 peso, then 10 pesos will go to the LGU, by not discussing those other charges, no. So why is it that only 100 pesos goes to the balsa?
Okay.
Why more on the commissioners and why that we have that kind of system?
Mr.
Before or with the indulgence of the other members, I'd like to recall that the 100 pesos charge is only for docking at yung balsa sa Lawod, 100 pesos ang bayad. From where we get 10%, I think, from the fee. Honorable Pagsugiron is trying to report that the 600 they're collecting from the illegal balsa, that I think includes the helmet diving fee, because our balsa is the one that we have accredited. They're collecting 100 per duck, per higot, per wablato, tabi dito.
No, I think, correction, Mr. Chair, the 100 pesos being collected by the anong kwan ni John, by the South Chick crop is 100 pesos per every
Client.
helmet diver.
Every diver.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's 100 pesos, and 10% of that goes to the
Yeah.
LGU.
That's why every duck of
15%.
pag duck ito itpambot, may karga, tig 100 per client tayon.
Hindi, Mr. Chair, to clear, yung every kwan lang magda-dive, hindi doon sa kwan, every diver, yun ang charge ng 100 pesos ng kwan.
But
Sauchi.
what you're trying to explain with the 600 is the one operating Ikagban.
No, in Cagban, they're charging lower because they don't pay 100 pesos to the association, to the South Chick crop. So, according to Mr. John Bondo and Mr. Mike Labatsa, the president or the chairman of the helmet diving associations, these 4 helmet diving operating in Cagban are charging around from 200 to 300 pesos, Mr. Chair, while doon sa designated area, they are charging 600 pesos. So, ganun nga ang kanila.
Anyway, okay, Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Clarification, Mr. Chair, no, with regards to the issue. My understanding is that the Association of the Helmet Diving charge their customers at 600 pesos. And upon diving or upon using the South Sea Craft or our partner in that area, Mr. Chair, the South Sea Craft charges every customer 100 pesos. And the 15% of 100 pesos goes to the LGU. So, 15%. Before it was 10, and it was increased by Mr. John Bundok due to the request, no, of our Chief Executive na medyo taasan na. So anyway, so what we are looking here is that those who are not members of the association who are operating in the municipal water of Malay, Mr. Chair, they are charging only 200 pesos, and they are depriving our LGU for collecting them of a percentage with regards to the income of our municipality, Mr. Chair. So on that matter, Mr. Chair, I think as the chairman on committee on cooperatives, no, and the association, si Honorable Pagsugiron, maybe through his committee, they can call the attention of this 4 diving school who are operating, shall we say, illegally, and also the members or the officers of the Helmet Diving Association in Boracay, Mr. Chair. So that I think there was a proposal before kasi hindi na sila magkasya sa balsa eh. Because the balsa is only, I think, 10 lang yung pwede. So, I talked to Mr. John Bundok before and he's willing, Mr. Chair, to provide another balsa for a bigger, for those, for an additional na maglagay doon, Mr. Chair. So, the South Sea Craft, I think is complaining also because hindi nagbabayad yung iba, yung 4 na yon na allegedly na nag-ooperate sa ating kasi hindi niya makunan ng payment, so hindi din niya ma-remit yung share ng LGU. So I think this must be given an attention, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Bautista.
there was already an amendment to our memorandum of agreement with South Sea from 10% to 15%. So, what are the basis, legal basis of amending the 10 to 15%? If
I think there was a proposal for amending that, no? Ginahulat lang gid ang tong bigger balsa nga magkuan. Dahil isabay lang ang kuan, dahil ito abi nakabutang sa aton nga agreement is only 10 ang allowed. So since nga may 4, I think the association and the South Sea Craft is willing also to accommodate just for the sake nga sandahay magbayad man para sa munisipyo naton.
Okay. So, but my proposal, Mr. Chair, is to get a complaint letter from the South Sea Craft, no? Helmet Diving Association regarding the illegal activities, the helmet diving in the island, Mr. Chairman, so that this should be investigated by maybe by ad hoc committee, or what committee should be assigned, Mr. Chair?
Okay. Okay.
I think,
Honorable
Mr. Chair,
Pagsugiron.
we can get to separate letter from the Helmet Diving Associations and the South Sea Craft, no? And as mentioned by Honorable Galinero, Mr. John Bundok is waiting for our amendments because he cannot start doing the new balsa until such time that his request, no, for the amendments of ordinance, because it is very clear in the ordinance that the provision is that only one balsa is allowed, no, to be used, no. But since he's requesting from us to amend the ordinance to at least allowed, no, the South Sea Craft to put 2 balsa in the same area, so that to accommodate the additional helmet diving company applied this year, Mr. Chair. So yun ang purpose. So that's why he is also asking me if necessary that we can fast track the amendments of the ordinance, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Pagsugiron. Okay. If there are no other, Honorable Graf is recognized.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to inform the body, no, that I witnessed the other night they call it the fire dancing activities at the White Beach, and they were abusing already their limit. They were supposed to. They were given undertakings, diba? How to how you call it, how to enjoy whatever, or how to earn money from their using their skills as fire dancers. They're really, really nice and very attractive to our tourists, but I have seen how it is also destructive at the same time to our White Beach, and I have seen it. I have photos, and I think we have to give them, we have to call them here, I mean like a committee hearing or whatever, sorry. Yeah, like that. And because if this will continue, I think it will be it will be abused again by, and there are many more coming in, and not all of them are registered in our peso. They should, all of them have to be registered in our peso. So, you know, they also have a responsibility being as workers in this industry. They have also the responsibility to give back our pay to the municipality that they are working for, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, I agree with the observation of Honorable Graf, but actually, Mr. Chair, the Assembly representation has already made an ordinance in regulating our fire dancers, particularly in the front beach, Mr. Chair, that supposedly they have to perform on a platform or in a plywood doon sa buhangin. Hindi yung doon lang sila magpe-perform sa buhangin because sometimes yung gas nila naiiwan doon, nag-aapoy, so nasisira yung ating buhangin, Mr. Chair. Actually, Mr. Chair, I think it's a proper implementation of our ordinance para naman maiwasan. Because I do believe, Mr. Chair, last Wednesday in Kalibo, there was a contest on fire dancing and they performed on the platform. So wala namang problema. I don't know dito sa atin bakit hinahayaan natin even though we have that ordinance, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, Honorable Graf.
I think the situation is different because I have seen them. Okay, they have a platform, but a platform is a plywood. There should be an amendment that they should be on a stage, so everybody will see them, and they will not be going outside of the platform and perform on the sand. Kita ko abin naggakbang sa sand, sa sand, and how can we control that if nobody's looking all the time? So I think, but if they are on a stage, they will be forced to perform just there. And I have seen them also going to the customers, and they're not allowed. They're not supposed to be allowed to go to the customer and have it done in front of that person, no? So I have seen them doing that also.
Okay.
But an amendment has to be done, really,
Okay.
to make sure that they are really complying.
Before we proceed, I forgot to acknowledge our guest, the Honorable Barangay Captain of Manok-Manok, Honorable Chona Gabay, the Honorable Barangay Captain of Balabag, Honorable Elibet Sacapanyo, and our zoning officer, Madam Alma Biliherto. Since there is already an existing ordinance on that activities, it's just a matter of implementation. So, no, Honorable
I do not
Graf-
agree that it's just a platform on the sand.
Oh.
It should be elevated. Because if it's on the
So
sand,
what
they can
what
easily
what
go
is in
out.
the ordinance, Honorable Gallinero? Is it
platform,
plywood or
plywood.
platform?
It's a platform only, Mr. Chair, because when we say a stage, it is not allowed on the vegetation line because usually they are performing on a vegetation line. And then I think it was on the provision, Mr. Chair, that they don't go to the customers. Kasi yung nangyayari, doon sila nagpe-perform minsan sa customers, sa mga ulo ng customers. So hindi natin ina-allow dyan because of some incidents happened before, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So if there's a specific provision on that matter, it's a matter of implementation.
Also, Mr. Chair, it's not only that, Mr. Chair. I also noticed that they have a little piece of towel, which is also part of the ordinance. Yes, they're doing it, but it's a little piece of towel, and look how many lights they have now compared to before. They have this mga ibautan ng mga gadget na ano nanda mga tools na natangja haba uta eh. How can you extinguish the fire from those in a little towel? So definitely the gas and the kerosene is just beside it, and they would dip it in the kerosene and light it in whatever. I mean, there are many things that we have to amend, I think, to make it more strict. In fact, they should only be given only be allowed using fire if they have a permit from the municipality. So they will, you know, if the and not only ang mga freelancer dyan, they go from one place to another and they just thrive on getting tips. They're not paid by the company, by the resort or the bars. They're just there. They're going from one bar to another, although it's pre-arranged, and that's where they perform, and they're not being paid, and they just collect tips from the clients.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's the one of the problem, Mr. Chair. So supposedly they have this piso ID, no? To show that they are also paying some fees or taxes that we are implemented, no? And maybe later on, since that we have a representative from the DOLE, maybe we can ask from an advice, no, from the Dole if what ano yung maganda sa mga ganitong freelancer, Mr. Chair.
Okay, anyway, since Honorable Grapp did mention about some amendments, so I would like to ask the lady, Bayan member, to as chairman of the Committee on Environment, kindly act immediately on the amendments so that we can implement. And in the meantime, since there's an existing ordinance, we will also remind our executive department to implement. Ay ano lang meron kada may problema kita o diyang remind nga dapat may mga naka-assign nga nag-implement dapat itatunod din sa what we are working here is to enact ordinances kita gaobra at batas bukod trabaho nato na mag-implement. So okay,
Mr. Presiding.
Honorable
Actually,
Bautista.
the ordinance is the regulations is very simple to comply it, Mr. Presiding. So if they're in the compliance on the very simple regulations, how much more the harder regulation? Actually, the problem is the implementation. I think the PISO has a very big role here, Mr. Presiding. No? And to identify those fire dancers, it's very clear on their function, di ba? That they will be given that vocation yan as mga dancers sila. So, kaya ngayong opsina na yan, halos ang, if you look at it, almost of the departments sa LGU, hindi gumagalaw Oh, Mr. Presiding. So, that's the problem there. Puro na lang kita winaka sa session, we're talking about the lack of implementation, the need that strict implementations. But who will implement it? Nobody implements it. So yan ang problema dito sa LGU. Even though there's some instruction, maybe there's some orders, some memorandum, or maybe they just know how to implement it. O hindi nila intindihan ang mga ordinansa naton, wa man gabasa. Even our map siguro, mga nagabasa it ordinansa ron Basta bawal kuno ra Kung may mag-discuss na nga iba kuno sabat dayon. Aman, iwa mga ni gina-brief ko ba aton nga mga implementors na nga imora. So wa sandait wa sandait armas baga. Nga ikasabat in case kung may ka-discuss. So if we cannot implement a very simple ordinance, how much more the harder ordinance? Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Bautista. So if there are no other that's the problem. We are enacting more ordinance, and if they cannot implement the existing ordinance, wa pa naton may implement, i-amend ron.
Actually, the first ordinance I sponsored in 2013, yung fire dancing. Hindi pa nga na-implementa, ito subject na for amendments. So yeah, that's the big problem. Anyway, Mr. Chair, I would like to bring, I think wala na ba sila? Can I do it? Boss na ba?
Ay.
Yes,
Okay.
yung problema natin sa
Proceed.
sa Katiklan ba nga kasada, no? Dahil almost a year na nga it was always discussing reklamo, and we were able to invite before yung engineer sa road maintenance sa MWS, I think it was Engineer Francisco, and then he told us here during that session na may budget na ang Katiklan. I think that was 7 million or more dahil hindi na na-include daw sa sa budget before. So kukuha daw sila sa savings. So I was surprised until now wala pa rin yung savings na yon, no? Sana yung savings. So I think kahuya ba nga jump off point to Boracay, then we have that kind of road, ba? So I think we have to bring this matter to the national government na siguro. If the province and the regional office cannot do their job, I think we have to request the Secretary Villar to do something in our problem sa kalsada sa Katiklan, Chair. Ay wala pa rin yan. Hindi kanya maayos ang Boracay. Naroon nyo man ang trahana. So I think we have to pass a resolution address to Secretary Villar to fund or to seek financial assistance for the improvement of the road, Mr. Chairman. Kahuya ron nga area nga na. And it cause traffic sa lugar dahil ginahinay ron mga sasakyan. Yabi yung itong mga dagko nga mga cargo truck. So na-delay. Plus tugangan pagit nga konsistensiyan lang gatumpok ka mga tricycle sa kilid nga umat gabantay nga mapuna. Nagugutok. So, I move the chairman that a resolution to be addressed to Secretary Mark Villar, no? To do something with our road problem in Katiklan, proper, Mr. President.
I
so
second the motion of Honorable Bautista, Mr. Chair.
So there's a motion on the part of Honorable Bautista to ask the Office of the Secretary of DPWH, Department of Highways, no, to provide us financial assistance for the construction or improvement of road from Katiklan Main Road leading to the jetty port.
And we have to copy furnish the Provincial Director and the Regional Director with that resolution, Mr. Chair.
Okay, noted, and duly seconded by Honorable Gallinero, so the said motion is hereby approved.
Isa pa, Mr. Chair.
Okay, proceed, Honorable.
You know, dahil it's almost more than 1 year na raton nga lighting projects siya sa Malay. Di pa dibulis magapon na, Mr. Chair. Ag nakibot nangawa ako dahil nakita naton ang aton highway na subject for widening, no, in the future. Pero ano nga kot-kot, Mr. Chair, nasa within sa to be sa isa ka linya sa 1 lane. Ag kanabaw na about Mr. Chair, ano nga kot-kot. So if we see the widening from Nabas to Kalibo, almost 12 inches ang width. So kung tanawon nimo ng kot-kot mas what ingat 12 inches na. So meaning kung there will be a widening in the future, maigo ta na ang tubo nga ron nga igubong na sa kalsada sa atong lighting projects. Pag maibuldos na, iguon ta na ang linya nga ron na. So I don't know why the DPWH they are not inspecting, or there are no inspector sa project na babayaan at kontraktor na para madasig lang ro pag-obra. So Mr. Chair, I think we to invite who is in charge of that project. Man na makaroon ang aging kinutkutan dagdag iubong kada ba nabawi mga 8 inches lang ro dagom. Ay pag scrape karon ay pa bulldozer, ubos na na ipokse ro mga linya nga na. And then wala tayo mga lighting, wala na. I-remove them to get all the pipes yung with the lines. So wala tayong kung mag-operate man yan, there will be widening, ubos na ipokse ro linya nga na. Ngayon tanan nakabutang noon sa widening area, Mr. Chair. Ag ato man nga dapat ato mangutang I don't know dito sa LGU mag-inspection mangutan naon dahil aton nga that project is intended for Malay I don't know who's in charge dito sa LGU para mag-check mat ang mga project nga ron na. Dahil ito I'm sure that after the project will finish, it will be turned over sa LGU So sino ang monitor sa project nga ron? Nga ron project is properly implemented or based on the specification submitted to LGU. So, Mr. Chair, we will request somebody from the PWH to talk or to enlighten us on why they are not do the inspection of that ongoing projects of lighting projects here in our municipality, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Kindly note, Madam Secretary. Honorable Graf.
Lastly, another privilege, Mr. Chair, short one lang. I'd like to remind the body that about the aging policy of the tricycles. I've been asked by so many people when are we going to implement, or I think it's supposed to be on our side, I think, and even the e-trikes, who are the e-trikes that we will accredit and which tricycle have to go, because this will help a lot in our management of transportation in Boracay, Mr. Chair. And from my information, it's the Vice Mayor is the head of the MTRRFB, and I think we have all the we have to start soon, because we promised last year that by December we will already identify the e-trikes that we will endorse or credit, and the e-trikes that have to go, Mr. Chair. And also the tricycles, the aging policy must already be implemented or something. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, before Honorable Pagsugiron, I think we have discussed that last session, no? Last session. I don't know if Honorable Grab was around. Yeah, because we are actually the aging problem of the tricycle. It's due, no, for tapos na lang kwan limit na we gave them more than a year already, no, and we're just awaiting for the executive order of the mayor to implement the same. May aton nga resolution, may ordinansa kita for the e-trike program, and it's already in place. We're just awaiting for the executive order para ma-implement natin. And in the meantime, we're not accepting already renewal of the franchise of tricycle, pending ron, because we are on the process of the conversion of tricycle to e-trike. So this just wait. It will, I think, take a couple of weeks, and then we can implement the same. Honorable Pagsugiron.
Mr. Chair, if I remember, I think it was discussed previously during the MTFRB meeting that all the e-trike supplier will be given until December last year, no, in order to determine the capability of every e-trike supplier company. And during last session, Mr. Chair, I proposed, no, that to invite this I think 4 or 5 e-trike supplier now in the island, to invite in the plenary so that we can discuss, and they can give us any update with regards to their after sales service, Mr. Chair, so that we may know that which company are not complying the LGU requirements, especially on the after sales service, Mr. Chair, because we receive a lot of complaints already, no, Mr. Chair. So that's the reason why until now we are not able to implement the aging policy, the e-trike guidelines, because of the service provided by the every e-trike supplier, Mr. Chair. So in that regards, Mr. Chair, so I propose, or I would like to suggest if we can invite in the plenary.
Before we act on your request, Honorable Pagsugiron, I would like to inform you that we conducted the meeting with the supplier. MTFRB has already conducted 3 meetings with them, and we discussed about the problem of their spare parts, pati ang charging, tanan-tanan na discuss ro namon. That's why we gave them until end of the year to comply all these requirements, and we also identified the suppliers who are capable, no, and which e-trike that are effective on the operation. So nakatatlong beses kami meeting sa MTFRB, and nag-attend tanan ang supplier. But if you want to be enlightened again, then it's a pleasure also to invite them once again in the plenary.
I think much better, Mr. Chair, to invite them so that we can finally act on the e-trike program, no? Kung kailangan talaga natin i-push through ang e-trike program, so that we can start piecing out of the tricycle, conventional tricycle, Mr. Chair.
Okay. On that note, Madam Secretary, kindly send communication to all the suppliers of e-trike. Okay? Kung waron man
One
kita,
last, Mr. Chair, for the
Honorable
information.
Pagsugiron.
Recently, we um, request the Office of the Municipal Treasurer, Mr. Chair, to provide us a collection, no, from records from collection of the snorkeling fee, Mr. Chair. So now I have here documents coming from the Municipal Treasurer, the Juso, and it was addressed to the Sangnong Bayan. As per record, Mr. Chair, the total collection of snorkeling fee collected in Boracay Island from January 2017 up to December 2017 is amounting to 4,619,430 pesos. This is a lump sum amount for 1 year, Mr. Chair. But what I would like to know from the Office of Municipal Treasurer, Mr. Chair, is if she can provide us collection monthly, no, so that malaman natin, mabibase natin kung bakit ganito lang collection, no. So this is lump sum amount.
Okay. Anyway, we can request again the Office of the Treasurer. But Honorable Pagsugiron, were you able to secure a copy or a report of their collection the preceding year or 2016? So that we can compare the collection, the total collection. Walkout kopya it 16.
Before 2016, but it was not, it's not complete, Mr. Chair. It's I think covered from January up to, no, I think from June. I cannot
Anyway,
I cannot recall, Mr. Chair, but I'll try to
Okay, just
retrieve
request
the
again to
records.
provide us copy so that there will be a comparative with the collection. You may start from 2015 up to 17. Okay?
Okay, maybe I think our Madam Secretary can send communications to the Municipal Treasurer, the Joso.
Okay, parang kwanti niya, no? Probinsyano din ang storya niya, no? Ang aton nga snorkeling. Okay, so if there are no other privilege, we will move to the question hour. Madam Secretary, kindly acknowledge our invited guest this morning.
Mr. Chairman, we have invited this morning our distinguished guest. We have Mrs. Alma Bileherdo, our zoning administrator. Mrs. Jonah Solano, our PESO designate. Attorney Milanio Prado, our municipal legal officer. We have here our Dole representative, Mr. Iser Harold Magbanwa, from the Bureau of Immigration. Honorable Lilibet Sakapanyo, the Punong Barangay of Balabag. Honorable Chona Gabay, the Punong Barangay of Manok-Manok.
Okay, please occupy the front seat to our invited guest.
Mr. Chairman, this is with regard to the concern raised last session by Honorable Pagsugiron on the illegal construction of Miss Lila Dueñas-Sui, located at Barangay Manok-Manok.
Okay, so once again, good morning to our invited guest and welcome to our regular session. It's a pleasure that you are present
Mr.
present
Chairman,
this morning.
clarification, we have also extended invitation to Mrs. Sui and to the supplier, Mrs. Marites Montojo, but they refused to receive our invitation and they failed to come today.
They are refusing they refuse the notice of violation of the zoning officer.
Attorney Calizo is here today representing Mrs. Sui.
Representing what? Good. Just the attorney. So we will find out who is that Chinese national who is really, you know, there are 3 notice of violation that were sent to them, and they refused to sign. Even the barangay, I think, has already sent their tanod to, they even confiscated already their, some tools. And now the immigration, that's why we invited the Bureau of Immigration also to find out of their action regarding that popular Chinese national. Oh, Attorney Calizo, it's good to see you again. And are you representing the Chinese national? Oh.
Attend today's hearing, and she requested me to represent her.
Okay. With all, before we start, no, with all due respect, attorney, I know you, but your client seems to be very hard-headed, no? And we are inviting investor in the island, but we don't like to see an investor who are violating our ordinances, who are trying to evade even signing communication or notice of violation from our LGU officials.
I am not aware of that.
Okay. Sino ang Honorable
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Bautista?
can I ask Attorney Calizo, are you the lawyer? Kayo bang abogado na ni Miss Sui?
Actually po, I am the lawyer of Juanito Go, the declared owner of the property where the project of Mrs. Wei is, I think, undergoing.
Yeah, so meaning it was so Mr. Go sold it to Mr. Wei, or
No po, I believe Mrs. Wei leased it from Mr. Go.
Mr. Go?
Yes po.
Okay. So, but you are acquainted with Miss Wei? Miss Wei.
I got acquainted with Miss Wei when they purchased another lot from another client of mine. I believe that was last year, 2 years ago, in 2016.
So since we will send the zoning officers, administrator sent already 3 times, 3 notices, and but which was she refused to sign or to accept the notice. O baka kayo ang nag-advise na do not accept it, or
Of course not. As I've said earlier, I wasn't aware of the fact that Mrs. Wei refused to accept any communication.
so how are you why did you requested you to appear here in her favor by not telling you the problem?
In fact, it was Mr. Go who first requested me
Not Mrs.
to attend, and
okay.
it was only the representative of Miss Wei who contacted me yesterday to attend today's hearing.
Okay. Attorney Calizo, were you able to talk to Mrs. Wei? Or were you able to discuss this problem with her before coming here?
No po.
Oh, how can you represent her without
I only
her blessing
I
or
was not
advice?
able to personally talk to her. We communicated only through her representative.
But you are her official representative in this session?
Yes po.
So paano how can you defend her or paano ni mo it's hard for you to represent kung wa ka mo nag-istorya, kung wa ka mo nag-conference before coming here. How can you answer our queries if wa ka mo advance nga conference? Like for example, Honorable Bautista or me is asking why she refused to sign to sign to receive the notice of violation, and you said you were not aware. So paano naton ma-resolve? Because ang problema naton kung ikaw ang official representative agwa kamot istorya, how can we gather facts or detailed answer from your side?
Mr. Chair, can we
Honorable
know,
Bautista.
attorney, sino ba yung representative na nag-requested you?
Si Kenny po.
Are you the representative of Miss Wee? Are you related with Miss Wee? Ano ba ang ano nyo? What is your relationship with...
Please come forward. Sino,
Come
sino,
forward.
sino to? Please introduce yourself, and so we will know who are you and from what company are you coming from.
My name, sir, is Kenny Ross F. Isturis. I'm the authorized representative for processing the building permit of the project of Miss Lilia Wee in Malabonot, Manok-Manok, Boracay Island, Malay, Aklan.
Your name is Kenny?
Kenny Ross Isturis.
Stories?
Stories.
Historis.
Oh, so are you a contractor or building contractor?
No, sir. I'm just the one to process the building permit of Miss Lilia Wee.
So were you able to process the building permit?
Yes, sir. I
When
was
did you
able.
start
I
processing
started
it?
processing, sir, the building permit last week of
Last-
October
And
2017.
when did you start the construction?
I don't know yet, sir, where the construction start because I text.
But are you aware that there is an existing construction on the area?
I was not aware, sir, that there's a construction in the project
If you
site.
are processing these documents, of course you should know kung ano ang gina-applyan. Oh, please.
Mr. Chair, I think, I don't know what we can do with these two representatives if they have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Sir,
Point of clarification, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to ask the two representatives from Mrs. Wee or Miss Wee if they have the authorization allowing you to attend this session.
I already have a special power of attorney from Miss Lilia Wee.
What kind of special power of attorney you have?
Processing of building permit occupancy.
Do you have it with you?
Yes,
now?
sir.
Kindly provide the Sangguniang Bayan copy of that.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Bautista.
can I ask Mr. Stories, ano bang, yan ba ang trabaho mo dito sa Malay, mag-process ng mga permits?
Yes, sir.
Kailan ka nag-start ng ganyang vocation?
2016. No, sir. Last year, 2017.
So alam mo lahat ang mga proseso dito?
Yes, yes, sir.
Pero hindi mo alam na mayroong construction doon na bago ka magkuha ng SPA?
I don't know, sir, that they start the construction because I already said many times to my client that do not start your construction until we cannot secure the building permit, the locational permit, and all necessary documents for the construction of your building.
Oh, so anong sabi niya sa'yo?
They respond for my text, okay, we will not start, we will not start the construction for the building.
They will not start. So ngayon, sinasabi na we will not start, pero nakita mo nag-start?
I saw, sir, starting the construction when Sony informed me that the construction is already starting at the project site.
Ikaw hindi ka man lang nag-check sa area na kung nag-start
No, sir. I was not able to go to the site for...
Pwede pa naman. Come on.
But sir, I go in the site, but
Okay,
there already no
since,
start construction.
Since sabi niya sa'yo na hindi, yeah, they will follow you.
Yes,
Ngayon,
sir.
hindi niya sinunod. So, sana, kinansila mo ng SPA mo. Diba? So, what's the use of giving the SPA nga hindi naman kanya sinusunod?
Yes, sir.
Diba?
Oo, sir.
Oo. Magkano ba singil mo sa kanya? How much you charge him?
Only, sir, 10,000 for
Only
processing.
10,000 processing.
Yes,
Pero
yes.
look what happened in that 10,000.
Yes, sir.
Laki
So,
ng, no?
yes,
Sa
sir.
gilid mo si Kapitana, oh. Because of your 10,000.
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay. With the indulgence of other members.
Mr. Chair, clarification lang.
Okay.
Kasi gusto ko itanong kay Stories eh. He mentioned na he represent to process only the building permit, but not to represent in this decision. So, di niya masagot yung...
Since he's now responsible for the processing of permit, pwedeng
And
pamangkuton.
he is liable, Mr.
Oo,
Chair.
liable mo eh.
liable.
Anyway,
As the SP.
when did this Chinese national hired you as the one who
They
will
hired me,
process
sir,
the...
second week of October.
Oh.
I know, sir. Third week of October, then I start the processing last week of October.
Oh, anong klaseng practice ka it pag-process it permit nga October ngin tao sa imo? Last week li ka nag-umpisa.
Sir, before accepting their job given to me, I'll check all the documents pertaining about the land and the building. They already have all, sir, the requirements to process and to submit the
So,
papers.
kasano ikaw exactly nag-start it processing?
Last week of
Last
October, sir.
Di, bukod October eh. Gintaw sa imo ang kontrata, last week October. Kano ka nag-umpisa it pag-process it building permit?
Building permit ni Miss Liliawi or other building permit na gina-process na kon, sir?
Hindi we're talking about the one in
sir,
Malabunod.
They gave me the project third week of October.
Okay.
Then I start processing the building permit last week of October.
Third week yung tao sa imo ang requirements, then last week October nag-start ikaw.
Yes, sir.
It process. Din ka nag-una process.
First, sir, I collect all the documents and then
Never mind about collecting the documents. When did you start to apply? Because first, barangay or zoning. Di ka nag-umpisa?
zoning, sir. Zoning.
Kano ka nag-umpisa sa zoning?
Last week of October, sir.
Oh, last week of October. So dapat alam ni Ma'am Alma kung nag-apply ka. Nag-apply ka sa kanday Ma'am Alma.
In-submit ko, sir, ang documents kay Ma'am Joanne.
Kano?
Last week of October. Last week of October, but not know the exact day.
For last
of
week in
last week.
October.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Madam Alma, are you aware of the application? If it's true?
Based on the record, they submitted the application on November 6, 2017. As per records,
Okay.
Sir, I support Ma'am Alma for November 6 because last week of October when I submitted the documents, there are some lack of documents not yet provided. So the
Chairman, why you why you process the zoning permit since you lack the documents?
Sir,
Will you submit-
for checking only, sir, for the another requirements. Because
Another requirements pa?
so,
Tagal mo na, 1 year ka na mag-process, tapos another requirements pa na. Ano mga other requirements?
So, at any rate, pag-submit mo November 6, naka-secure ka it zoning, bisan locational clearance lang?
no, sir.
No, sir. Wagid. Wa ka kabool.
Sir, you
Are you aware that the zoning officer sent already a notice of violation?
Notice of violation, sir, wa pa ako
Wa ka kasayod?
Wa kasayod, sir.
Wa ka side. Pero kasayod ikaw nga sige na construction?
Nag-inform na sa akin ang zoning, sir, na nag-start na sila ng construction doon, sir.
So ano ang advice mo sa imong kliyente?
Ginhambalan ko sa tabi, sir, nga do not start. So, the reply is always okay.
Okay,
So,
ang reply.
yes,
Nga
sir.
hindi mag-start. Pero sige gyapon na construction.
Maybe-
Aware ikaw
may-
gyapon.
may-
Naka-second violation ron.
Maybe, sir, they...
Continue.
Yes, sir, continue without my knowledge.
And
na-
then, nagpadala pagid ang taga-zoning final notice of violation. Are you aware of that?
Not yet. No, sir.
Wa ka
Kasi wala
magkasayod?
ako na-inform ka to, sir.
Pero kasayod ikaw nga sige gyapon ng construction.
Tagat to, sir, na naghambal na sa akon ang zoning. Tapos, naghambal ka akon, sir, ang zoning na dapat stop ang construction. So, naghambal ako si Ma'am Alma nga pag hindi ma-stop ang construction, hindi na dapat patunon akong papel. So, ginhambal ko man doon sa Chinese, sa akong kliyente, nga si Ma'am Liliawi, na once nga mag-start pa kamo uman it construction, maybe the zoning will reject our application for the locational clearance we cannot get the location for building permit.
Oh, so ano hambal ni ma'am mo?
Okay lang, sir, ang sagot nila.
Puro
sir.
okay.
Okay lang, sir.
Okay, sige po ng construction.
Oo, sir. Maybe, sir, they start again the construction mga last week of December na.
Pamatiyag mo, may ginasaligan si Mrs. Wee. Kasi
Wow,
pati isugan ng buot.
sir.
Wa?
Wow, aside, sir, kung may anang ginasalikan.
Oo. Kung naman nasaligan, basi baskog ng buot, wa nagapati sa zoning, wa nagapati sa barangay. Wa tanan gapati. Ikaw gali ga process. Nga ano man nga hindi magpadayon. Sige
Sir,
po ni
yes,
Mao.
sir. Sige, gapan ng construction.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable
Can
Bautista.
I ask, Ma'am Alma, ilang mga projects ba ang na-process ni Mr. Estores, as you remember?
I cannot remember.
Okay, may
Honorable.
natandaan ka ba nga maging process yung mga violations?
Wala naman. Actually, upon knowing that Mr. Estores is the one who is processing this I already banned Mr. Estores in processing of zoning clearance from my office. So since then, di na siya pupasok dun sa opisina
So
ko.
when was the banning? Is that verbal
right after-
verbal order or
I issued a memorandum
Memorandum?
order to my staff not to entertain any fixers who are not connected with the company, with the company or the organic member of the company or the authorized representative, but not the fixers who are their main business is to process building permits. So
Building
one of them
permits
is
in
Mr.
exchange for a
Estores.
fee.
Yes, sir. Because we experienced that gina-mention nanda kami for additional fees ba na ibibigay sa zoning office, ibibigay sa building
okay. We
official.
understand, yeah.
Ganun yung mga
Ginagamit
yung
kayo
ganun yung mga
just to collect another
Yes, sir.
fee
Yes,
from
sir.
the owner of the
And
building.
for many times that nakikiusap kami, you are supposed to be our comrades or helpers in implementing our
Yes.
rules, but most oftentimes sila pa yung
Ginagamit kayo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
so
So, Mr. Estores is not allowed already in your office
Yes,
to
sir.
facilitate documents with regards to
yes, sir.
zoning?
And all other fixers.
How many are they? You have issued four? Five?
General kasi yung issuance ko. All
Ah.
fixers who are whose main business is to process building permits are not allowed to process already.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Sir, can
some
I
more
respond
questions?
with Ma'am Almas?
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Estores.
Ma'am, how can you ask me as a fixer? Because I'm not a fixer in your office.
It is Ipo-furnish
okay.
kita, no? Ipo-furnish kita ng copy ng law.
Ma'am, I already read the law about the...
I think this
Excuse
is
me,
not
Estores,
the
maybe
office
you
to
have to
discuss
discuss that on
Separate
another
occasion.
separate meeting with Miss Alma. Okay? So we are more on our concern is more on the one constructing by Mrs. Lee.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mrs. Wee. Yes,
So
Honorable
anyway,
Bautista.
there was already a memorandum issued by the zoning administrator regarding the fixtures nga, as mentioned earlier. So ang ano lang siguro, dahil there were only 3 notices issued and it was rejected, no? Walang acceptance. So na-refer na ba yung, is there a recommendation to our legal officer?
Yes, sir. We have already referred this to our legal officer for the imposition of Section 10A of Municipal Ordinance 131 and Section 87, the penal provision of Municipal Ordinance 337 be applied and imposed to Mrs. Wei.
Okay. How about, Mr. Chair, I would like to Mr. Chairman, we have also did we made an invitation to our building official regarding this matter, Mr. Chairman?
Wag gid representative si engineer kasi siya ni padala.
So, meron ba, since we asked last week if the building office also issued notice of violations for our, since that they constructed without building permits, wala ba tayo nakuha na documents? So, meaning walang issuance from their office? Wala, no? So, walang action. Anyway, I'd like to ask our legal officer, Mr. Chair. So, ano ba na ang attorney, ang action natin ngayon since mayroon tayong 3 notices, mayroon recommendation yung administrator for appropriate action. Is there any action na ba o?
Good morning, Your Honors. We are in the process of collating all the documents and in the preparation of the necessary affidavits.
So, thank you, Mr. Presiding. So, we want to see action in court na dahil ang nangyari kasi yung mga violator pa nag-file ng kaso sa LGU eh. Dapat yung violator yun ang file dapat ng kaso. Attorney. Thank you for that report.
Mr.
Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Grab.
I'd like to know if there are still activities going on in the construction site, or you have stopped already.
Sir, as informed by the owner, they stopped already the construction because the barangay Manok-Manok confiscated all their materials, their equipment, so that they cannot start again the construction.
Maybe I can reconfirm it with our barangay chairwoman here, Madam Chona. Nagpuot yun sanda waon gid at aktibidades o may try gapon nga mag ano baga lisod baga.
Proceed, Honorable Gabay.
Oo, si dapat na adlaw-adlawon dahil asyon mga magic mga tawo diya kun amat grabe. Aba. Oh, gamit. Oo.
So, kinabukasan ulit, chinite ng tanod, okay, direct
Wala na.
So, pinakonfiscate ulit. Dalawang beses ko pinakipaan yung gamit.
Matibay talaga, no? Sino kaya yung pinagsasandalan nila ng pader? Yun na lang. Saan pinaghuhugot ng pader? Attorney, may alam ka ba dito?
Mr. Chair.
Attorney, sige, proceed.
I just would like to ask Ma'am Biliherdo if what are the lacking requirements for application of the zoning clearance filed by Mrs. Wei, so that Mrs. Wei can likewise, through my help, can likewise comply.
Madam Biliherdo.
Yes, Your Honor. Last November 29, we returned the application of Mrs. Wei. Actually, it was the actual receipt of the application returned was on November 27. And I wrote a letter to Mrs. Wei indicating therein the lacking requirements. One is the survey or sketch plan of the lot, subject for development, and most importantly, we were furnished or a copy of a court decision, and a letter from Antonio Pelayo. Was addressed to our mayor, our vice mayor, our municipal engineer, and our punong barangay of Manok-Manok, requesting us not to entertain actually applications for building permits in lot number 48. And the sketch plan which was submitted by Mrs. Wei And the sketch plan attached to the court decision is the same lot, no, covered by the court decision. So, yun yung mga basis that we cannot act on the application because of the letter of Antonio Pelayo, which was supported by the court decision.
Okay, attorney?
If I may reply to that, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. I believe the November 29, 2017 letter of the zoning administrator to Mrs. Wei has number 2 of which has already been complied with. The Mrs. Wei has already submitted a survey or sketch plan for the 1,700 square meters rented lot, Your Honor. And with respect to the other reason for the denial or non-acceptance of the application, I believe that that is not one of the requirements for the issuance of a zoning clearance. What has been required under the law is the proof of ownership. And what are those? If I may, the certificate of title, and in the absence thereof, the tax declaration. And I believe Juanito Go has a tax declaration covering the property. In our jurisdiction, 2 tax declarations covering the same property is allowed. So, for me, Juanito Go has complied, or Mrs. Wei has complied with that requirement. The court decision that the Honorable Zoning Administrator was referring is a case between Antonio Pelayo and other persons. It's not Mr. Go, it's not Mrs. Wei. And that case is only for, I believe, forcible entry. And of course, I believe Attorney Prado Jr. Will agree with me that the only issue in a forcible entry case is only possession, and it's not ownership. And as we explained in our letter, that if Antonio Pelayo also has a claim over the land upon which Mrs. Wei is applying for a locational clearance, he has to go to court, and that to cripple projects, because it is the court who has the final say who is the real owner of the property. And it cannot be resolved within the office of the zoning administrator. The law, with all due respect, the law provides for requirements, and we believe Mrs. Wei has already complied with those requirements.
Okay. Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, so that's really the reason why you did not issue the zoning clearance, because of that letter from Antonio Pelayo.
Yes, Your Honor. One of the reasons, and the other one is the submission of the sketch plan where the subject development is being erected.
So did you discuss this to our legal officer before making a decision regarding that letter?
Not. And actually, until now, they did not return the application to our office. So, nasaan na yung application nyo? It was returned on November 27. Until now, wala namang binalik sa amin na application.
Ma'am, ginbalik ko, sir, do application namon sa zoning dated December 14, 2017. Kasi we answered the letter from zoning administration pertaining for this. So I already contact the Attorney Brian Caliso to make a response for the letter of Ma'am Alma. So upon response for the letter of Ma'am Alma, so Attorney Caliso make a letter in letter, including the certification from the court, regional trial court, that they said that Juanito Chachago o Balabag Malay Aklan is not a party to any civil case pending with this court involving parcel of land described as follow.
So did you give a copy to the zoning officer, that certificate from the court?
Yes, sir. I submitted the response for this one, dated
When?
December 14, 2017.
So you
And
have
from December 14, I'll already follow up every week to my response for the letter of Attorney
But
Calito.
he's talking now with your application. Saan na yung application mo? Sino hindi na binalik sa kanila?
I returned, sir, my application together with this letter.
December
but
na.
Sir Christopher Sacapanyo refused to
receive?
to receive this one because they said to me, we will wait for the response for this letter before I submit the application.
So did Christopher discuss to you also?
Wala siyang discussion. What I received is the sketch plan and the certification or clearance from the court. So, yung application nila, attach yung mga plans, wala ako na-receive.
Wala ka ma-receive na application because Sir Christopher is refused to accept our application.
Is Mr. Christopher Sacapanyo connected with the zoning, ma'am?
Ikaw pa rin na nag-submit. You are no longer allowed to submit in my office any application of. That's why siguro na ni-refuse nila yung application mo.
Pero Madam Alma, Christopher Sacapanyo is connected with your office?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Wa pagbatunan ni Christopher inyong
Yes, sir.
application or a reply to
They accept, sir,
letter?
the reply for the letter of Ma'am Alma dated, they received, sir, my letter.
Okay.
But the application is not.
But my question again is this. Attorney Calizo, aware ka, waka mo gid ka sayon nga nag-refuse to receive inyong kliyente at notice of violation?
No, Your Honor.
I'm just wondering because with your explanation regarding the legality of the land, which I myself is familiar with, no, during my incumbency as barangay captain, there were cases that were resolved by the court, and I was also copy furnished by the letter mentioned by Mrs. Biliherdo. And the case between Antonio Pilayo and the one who sold this property to Juanita Go, it turned out that nagdaog si Antonio Pilayo. Di ba, during my incumbency, ang inobra ko lang kato, ang tanan nga ga-apply it water ag electric, may ginabutang gila ko permi sa barangay clearance without prejudice to the other claimants. Tungod sayran ko nga may dispute ng property. And there were manami pamatian, attorney, ang imo nambal nga may clearance rin sa korte. Of course, tama, may clearance tungod kay Juanito Go ang deklarasyon. But if you will trace back the original owner of the property, which is ang kanay Mirelles pa to, may inyo ron nga, may court decision eh.
May court decision.
Oh, may court decision imaw. So, actually, Juanito Go, you are right that Juanito Go is not a party to the case, but the original owner of the property is the defendant on the case. Is it correct?
That is not accurate, Your Honor. Neither of Juanito Go's predecessor in interest or those who sold the property to Juanito Go is a party to that case. And assuming, even so, that they are a party to that case, the case is only for possession and not for ownership. And we the requirements of the zoning office of the zoning administrator is a proof of ownership. And Juanito Canchago has submitted a tax declaration as his proof of ownership in support of Mrs. Way's application for location clearance.
Yeah, we are informed. I know you did mention already about it, but looking back to the predecessor of Juanito Go, that's why we would like. I think the Sangguniang Bayan would like to secure a copy of the court decision, no, to for us to be enlightened what was the decision of the court, and if that decision is final and executory, or it was appealed to the higher court.
That is already
So we
final na.
Final
so
na.
final and executory.
Yes, po.
What was the decision of the court? Mrs. Bilijardo, do you have copy of that decision of the court?
Yes, I have, Your Honor. Actually, it's already final and executory, and it has already a have issued a writ of demolition before in 1994 yata ito.
From the court?
Yes po.
Demolition of the...
Writ of demolition of the structures built by the other party.
So meaning, Antonio Pilayo won, the decision was in favor of Antonio Pilayo, and there were order from the court for the demolition of structure in the said property.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it so happened that the other, no, I mean the defendant execute a deed of sale in favor of Juanito Go.
That is not.
And then it was transferred by virtue of that deed of sale. So, Attorney Calizo, with all due respect, it will boil down again to that decision of the court. The decision of the court will always prevail, no? Kung ano ang decision korte, ma-prevail, and all of us should respect the decision of the court. If it is final and executory, then wag it at mahimo. But on the other hand, and especially that the respondent has sent communication to all our offices here, and the decision of the court was attached. So we were officially informed of that decision.
If I may,
Honorable,
Mr. Chairman,
Honorable
since I think
Bautista.
we are not talking of legal matters, so I think we have to refer this to only the zoning officer discuss this with our legal officer. Yung mga implications, no? Well, we are talking now of court na ito pag-uusapan dito, and we have no idea on that decisions. So ang atin lang ay nag-issue ng notice of violations, di walang zoning clearance. So alam natin na yun, may mga problema pala, hindi natin alam, may mga kaso pala ang areas na yan. So I think this will be discussed ng zoning officer sa ating legal officer. Ano ba ang dapat ayusin diyan, Chairman? So if we talk about the requirements for the application of zoning clearance, it's very clear yun na, as mentioned by Attorney Calizo. So wala doon ang mga requirements na lacking. So if na-comply nila yon, at meron naman pala mga court decisions, so that's already a legal matter. So dapat should be resolved sa legal office natin, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Siguro to speed up the
That's a
discussions.
good a suggestion coming from Honorable Bautista. I think we have our legal officer. The thing is, Attorney Calizo, aton kunta, nami kunta ang inyong argument, no? Because of ang sitwasyon ni Go is a buyer in good faith whatsoever, pero ang problema inyong kliyente mismo ay waga respeto dyan sa LGU. Paano papatian kung tanamo ng inyong rason kung nagarespeto inyong kliyente? Una-una, wag ni gabaton it notice of violation. Aginingaan pa it barangay, wa man nagpati gapon. So anong kredibilidad inyong kliyente nga masyado sanda ka isog ang masyado kataas? That's why it came to a point that I'm asking kung sino lang nila sa liga nanda basi imuran lang ka kamo bukod aware ikaw abogado ang process man not aware nga mo na
Mr.
naubrat inyong kliyente.
Mr.
So ano anong rason kamo madipensa kamo dia pero kung amon kamo ga kutkuton ayawan lang kamo. So ang question, anong rason nga ang inyong kliyente si Mrs. Wei grabe ka isog magpaobra, wa ga pamati, wa gid gabaton it notice of violation, wa ga pati sa barangay. Anong rason? Attorney Calizo, will you please answer anong impluwensya nga basi wa magrespeto dia sa LGU?
I do not know.
You do not know.
Okay.
Oh.
Mr. Chairman.
You should know your client first kung anong
Chairman.
naobranan da. Honorable Bautista.
There were reports, Mr. Chairman, that some of the workers are mga foreigners ko, no? Chinese. So, who reported that there was Chinese workers in that area?
Actually, I saw,
Is that true?
I saw them,
We can certain the picture.
Is that mean is that true? Totoo
Anyway,
ba
we have
yun?
heard the immigration
So can we ask, Mr.
officer.
Chairman, the immigration officer, mayroon ba kayong nalaman tungkol dyan sa construction na yan na illegal? Na yung mga workers din is mga foreigners, yung mga, ano ba yan, legal ba yan sila or illegal? Mr. Chair.
Proceed, Mr. Magwanwa.
November 26, information was given to my office. I was informed that there were allegedly Chinese workers working in Tapisaan. November 27, information was verified by my people. We conducted site visit and continuous monitoring. Upon verification, I was privileged enough to meet with the in charge who could speak no English or Tagalog. So we communicated through what you call this, an application in which could convert, translate the language. I have asked him if he has the necessary permits, namely from our perspective, the SWP or work permit. He informed us that he has yet to acquire the said permit and is on process to acquire for the mayor's permit, which is a prerequisite for the SWP. So I said, okay. But I have informed him
Mike.
Yes. But I have informed him or reprimanded him that this would...
Ano lang,
So.
I have informed him and reprimanded him that this will serve as your first and as warning. But regardless, I have already started a case build up against the said workers because they are in direct violation of our immigration law, which is working without a necessary said permit. Right now, my office is conducting further research about the true nationalities of the said workers, whether they are Chinese or Taiwanese, and their complete names, which will be submitted to Manila for the issuance of mission order for their immediate immigration sanction. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable
Mr. Chairman, can I have
Honorable
a
Bautista.
follow-up question? So, kailan nalaman nyo that's November 26? So reported you to your office, sir, na mayroong Chinese nationals or maybe foreigners na tumatrabaho doon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sino nag-report sa office nyo?
I have intelligence people who sometimes would inform me about the situation, sir.
Kailan ba nag-start ang construction ng lugar na yan?
Our first notice was issued on November 16, no?
So-
They are layouting pa nung November 16. But on the second
Sa
notice,
November 10 na yan nag-start sila, may nakakita ba ng mga Chinese nationals na nagtrabaho doon? Mga foreigners na nagtrabaho doon?
meron sir.
So meaning it took sa office nyo 10 days bago malaman yun na mayroon parang foreigners na nagtrabaho doon? Dahil November 26 yun na nalaman eh.
Yes, sir. 26, I received the information. Due to the influx of foreigners right now, may manpower space po yung opisina ko. So I would rely sometimes for information about illegal workers based on mga clientele or any concerned citizens na who could inform me.
So ngayon, hanggang ngayon ba, case build up pa rin kayo from November 26 hanggang January 20, ano ngayon na? Almost, dali naman mag 3 months ah. Ano na ang pa ngayon? Nagawa ng office nyo?
Right now, sir, the alleged Chinese, because they could be
So hanggang ngayon di pa nakuha from November
I have
26.
some, but I need to have a complete detail, sir. Because bago tayo mag-issue ng mission order para for their immediate deportation or arrest, kailangan complete, sir,
Complete.
para iwas tayo sa legalities.
So kailangan natin malalaman yun, sir. Magtuos na kasi.
I will inform the honorable body, sir,
Yes.
for updates about this.
Okay, thank you. Sa piso, ano ba ang role ng piso dyan? Eh, merong mga illegal workers tayo, mga foreigners. Naghintay lang ba ang office na mayroon mag-report din o na mayroon din kayo mga intelligence na nag-iikot?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Sa
Proceed.
Peso, I am Jonah from Peso. Ang sa amin kasi, sir, wala kaming manpower to
Okay,
really
manpower
check.
pa rin. So,
Yes,
okay.
I have
Okay na.
just
Sige, manpower pa rin ang problema. Kaya manpower din sa BI, no? Sa Duli, ano bang role ng Duli? Ma'am, please, sa nangyari ngayon. Ito, this is not only the first time eh. Itong sa Kikos doon sa, ano yan? Sa may Sinagpa area. Mayroon ding report. Alam ba yan ng piso? O ng Duli? Kikos din. This is the second time na mayroon mga reports. Nalaman ba ito ng BI din? Itong sa Kikos na project doon sa may Sinagpa? Hindi nyo rin alam, sir? Dalawa kasi, ito, dahil kasi, na-mention na to, meron pa palang isa noon na hindi pa rin na-resolve.
Actually, Kikos is also owned by Mr. Juanito Go.
So, the same owner?
Yes.
See.
No
So, meaning the same owner
No
pala yan.
wonder why.
Kasi ngayon din, lumabas na ngayon na kaya pala ito.
May pagka-notorious pala yung Mr. Go yan.
So, dito sir, sa BI, may alam ba kayo doon din sa Kikos na yan?
Sir, I have received information and surveillance, my surveillance team is conducting further pictures and information in regards to...
Dahil mas nauna itong Kikos sir kaysa itong sa Malabunot eh. Di ba, Ma'am Alma? So until now, hanggang surveillance pa rin kayo?
Manpower space po, sir.
Manpower pa rin. So kailangan, so ano bang gagawin natin dyan para makasupport naman kayo sa LGU? Ano ba ang kailangan doon na assistance ng LGU para sila, they will have to comply. Itong mention is WP na kailangan yung use permit na dapat sa piso. So how would BI and piso and DOLI coordinate each other para we can implement itong nga sa itong layin natin?
Sir, thank you for that question. Actually, sir, may I recommend to the honorable body the reactivation of the trio, which usual before. Okay. Reactivation of the trio, who was a very good hand in our efforts to police the foreigners in the island of Boracay. From my predecessors, from what I understand, they were giving information sa Boracay, sa office ko, about the alleged illegal aliens, police the tour guides who, if they have the work permits, necessary permits.
Ito bang trio kasama ba itong workers sa mga construction? Part ba to sa function nila ang trio?
If they coordinated with me, I could accompany if ever the activation of trio will be done.
Sure.
I could accompany them.
So, okay, Mr. Chair. So, thank you, no? So,
Order
manpower.
Excuse,
Manpower pa
Honorable
lang
Grant.
kulang. So, sa Doli, ma'am, ano ba ang role ng Doli sa Boracay? Ay, mayroon ba kayong office sa Boracay, ma'am?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Mr. Chair. So, the Department of Labor provides for...
Ma'am, may tanong ko, mayroon ba kayong office sa Boracay?
We do have the Boracay Satellite Office located at the second floor of Malungkanang Barangay.
Okay, thank you. So ano ba ang role ng Doli ngayon sa mga foreigners na nagtrabaho dito sa
So, the Department of Labor and Employment provides for alien employment permit to foreign nationals who wish to engage to gainful employment in the Philippines. So, yung issue ni DOLE is not the sole authority of a foreign national to be employed in the Philippines. So, si Bureau of Immigration pa rin yung sila yung nag-issue ng work visa to foreign nationals.
Pero daan pa sa Doli.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So kasama kayo doon.
Yes, sir.
So they cannot issue itong OFW kung wala galing din sa di ba? Sa piso naman, anong role ng piso dyan? How you coordinate with the BI and the DOLE?
Ang hawak lang talaga kasi sir ng peso ngayon, we are focused on the tour guides. So yung sa application
So, tour
for-
guides lang ninyo?
I'm not limiting siguro sir sa tour guides, pero yung sa functions na napuntahan ko is more on, nandun lang talaga siya sa
Tour guides?
sa employer and then the tour guides sa applications. So
Pero ang function, have you seen yung mga function ng piso?
actually
Na-review
sir,
nyo ba?
sa main functions ng peso, hindi talaga siya kasama yung sa permitting and then sa tour guides. Hindi siya kasama. It's more, focus is on the labor and employment.
Oo nga,
and
labor employment nga, ito na ngayon eh. Di ba? May yung
local.
40-60 natin ng mga workers. Di ba, requirement ng ordinance ha? Who will implement that ordinance? Yung mandatory requirement, 40% of the workers dapat is Malay
yung
noon.
MO.
Sino ma-implement yan? Hindi nyo alam.
Ang naabutan ko sir is
No, I mean ngayon na.
Peso.
Diyan ka na eh.
Peso talaga
Peso,
siya,
okay.
yes.
Yung piso nga. So ito na ngayon, na foreigner trabaho, so hindi na sila nag-compile lang din sa natin, di ba?
Yes. So yun pa po ang problema kasi yung
Manpower rin.
manpower
Okay.
talaga.
So
Kasi-
manpower, Mr. Chairman, ang
Tsaka wala
problema.
tayong-
Manpower. But anyway, Mr. Chair, gusto rin natin malaman ito ngayon, ano na ang coordination ngayon since the BI now is, ito na, nag-case built up na. So ano na ang panang DOLE dyan? Support sa BI dahil may violation eh. At saka sa piso, dapat walang permit eh. Dapat itong tatlong office daw mag-ano na, galaw, di ba? Dahil kailangan ng permit, di ba, bago magtrabaho?
Yes, sir.
Use permit?
Occupational permit.
Oh, through piso.
Yes.
O ngayon, may trabaho na walang permit. So ano na ngayon ang gagawin ng opisina nyo? So you have to coordinate with DBI and the DOLE.
Mr.
Di ba,
Chair.
Chairman?
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
With the indulgence of Honorable Bautista, no, with regards to the peso, I think the peso has no police power, no, to say that, oh, you are not going to work. I think those who are only applied, yun lang yung nai-entertain ng peso, no, sa atin.
Chairman, wala namang, we're talking of police power here. Implementation ito ng ordinance, Mr. Chairman eh. So, I'm talking, who will implement ng ordinance natin sa 4060 na requirement? Mandatory rin, di ba? Sino mag-implement yan? Anong office? It should be piso, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, yun lang naman, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Honorable Gallinero.
Yeah, I believe na dun sa implementation of the Malay non-workers na supposed to be there was 40% of the workers must be from Malay. Dapat piso talaga yon. Pero in implementing some regulation or any laws with regards to the apprehension on those who are illegally working here, I think hindi kaya ng piso natin at hindi yata sa kanila yon. It might be like the foreign, it should be from the immigration. And of course, from the locals, since DOLE is here, I think sila yung talagang may function doon.
Pero Mr.
That's
Chairman,
I believe.
Okay,
I'm
Honorable
talking of the
Bautista.
ordinance eh. Mayroong violation, di ba may penalty? Yung ordinance natin 46, di ba may penalty yun?
2,000.
Companies.
Companies, yeah. Yeah,
See?
there was a penalty, but sometimes kulang yung manpower ng Malay
nga
noon.
daw ang reason.
Yeah.
Manpower nga daw. Manpower.
Mr.
So I think,
Chair?
Chairman, I think that maybe the barangay chairman are here, dalawa sila dito. They can coordinate with di ba kailangan di ba rin clearance doon sa mga workers? Oh, din yun. So, may coordination pa rin. Dapat mag-coordinate pa rin sa barangay.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think, kasi kanina hindi tayo nakapag-question. No? I have to go back to Ma'am Alma. No? I think it is right and just, no, na the application of, kanino ba yung kay We o kay Go? Kay We. The application of We was not able to entertain by the zoning because of some legal documents or because of legal issues, no? So, I think yung kampo ni Mr. We, kung kumpleto naman yung papilis nyo, it's the mandate of the zoning officer to approve your application. So since that you don't present any legal documents or any valid papers, that's why we were not able to issue, or the zoning was not able to issue a zoning clearance and a barangay clearance from the barangay. So siguro, my advice, since that you don't have any legal documents to show that you are that your permits was approved, I think you have to stop the construction itself. Because the barangay confiscated already because of wala kayong maipakita. And of course, sa issue naman doon sa ating immigration, sir, I would like to ask if prior to these issues, you have any apprehended foreign nationals who are working illegally in Boracay or particularly in Malay, sir?
Yes, Mike Tess, okay. With regards to apprehension, because I belong to the Regulation Division, which regulates the stay of foreigners who are in the island. With regards to apprehension, they belong to the Intelligence Division. Namely, my concern is for us to work hand in hand with the major stakeholders, because I understand that the foreign travel agencies who would hire foreign tour guides is because of language restraints or language restrictions to their clients. So I said to them, why not police your own people so that there will no need be any hassle for everyone?
Yeah. Actually, sir, that is the reason always of some national Chinese national and Korean nationals because of language barrier. For example, mayroong isang foreign national na huli ng ating mga police. Oh, you're violating like this, like that. And they said, no, cannot, no understand. No English, no English. Pero pag sinabi mo, okay, I'll put you in jail. Oh, I understand. You see, it's always like that, no? So I hope that because some of the workers, foreign workers, invaded Boracay, minsan nawawala ng trabaho yung kapwa natin Pilipino because of them. So I hope we have to implement strict compliance with regards to their documents, those who are working in our municipality, particularly the SWP, na kung saan ay yung iba wala talagang kadokumento. So paano natin ito, sir, mahuhuli? Or paano natin sila ma-prevent to work na walang binabayaran dito sa munisipyo, they work illegally. Yan yung isang issue natin dito sa Isla ng Boracay. Marami, sir, diving school, tour guide. Alam naman natin yung Korean, Chinese, parang guerrilla type din. Pag may bantay, tago, pero pag wala, labas naman sila. So, paano natin ito matutulungan yung ating mga isa ganong problema, sir?
Yes, sir. For them to secure the necessary permits for them to make their stay here in the island of Boracay legal, what I have done is I have coordinated with respective associations, the Chinese Taiwanese Association, the Korean Association, and some of the Caucasians who would head certain groups to make sure that they should abide by the Philippine laws, some of which is the local government laws and the immigration laws. I have reprimanded some of them. And for some who are really hard-headed, I have made recommendation for them to be included in the blacklist, which I forward my list to the Calibo Airport, so that they will no longer be allowed to enter.
So are there anyone who was blacklisted already
Yes,
in
sir.
this municipality?
Actually, there have been a number of deportees or excluded tour guides from the Calibo Airport.
Sir, minsan kasi mahirap maghuli because of, shall we say, the bureaucracy or the legality in apprehension those who are working illegally. Kasi, gaya ng sinabi nyo, kailangan nyo pang
Due process, sir.
Due process.
Due
Kailangan
process.
nyo pang malaman yung pangalan, yung nationality. How about, kasi parang matagal, sir, no? I don't know, kasi pag walang mission order, hindi rin kayo makahuli. So,
yes, sir.
ganun ba talaga? Pag walang mission order, hindi nyo pwedeng hulihin? Like what happened in Barangay Manok-Manok. Nakita natin, ng trabaho sila. Andun sila, nakikita natin na nag-work talaga na yung, kumbaga, talagang ganun yung ginagawa nila. Pero hindi pa rin natin sila pwedeng mahuli. Because kailangan pa natin i-submit yung pangalan nila, nationality, and then kailangan, why not hindi ba natin pwedeng hulihin? At saka, interviewin anong nationality mo, anong pangalan mo, and then, that's it. Tapos na, di ba? Oh, you go back to your, where you belong, kung sa GMA pa.
Sir,
Hindi ba pwedeng ganun, sir?
Sir, I understand your concern, but due to legal reasons, baka sumipa yung ginano natin, mapailan tayo ng kaso ng harassment. So, due process, sir, yung sinusunod.
No, actually, harassment, dapat sila nga yung anuhin natin, hindi tayo yung ano. Kaso lang may due process nga.
Yes, sir,
Yun
may
lang
due
yung
process,
talaga
sir.
yung
Opo,
sir.
nagpipigil sa atin.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay, Honorable Bautista.
tanong ko lang kay sa BN, kung walang SWP, pwede magtrabaho.
Sir, they are not allowed to work in the island of Boracay.
So kung mayroon silang SWP, then somebody will, let's say, magtanong doon na kung meron ka ba, wala sila ipakita. So ano ngayon?
Sir, I have a roster or matrix in my office to those foreigners who applied for the SWP. They should continuously apply for that, renewable every 3 months. On the event that they have missed or neglected to renew their SWP, I will issue them a notice to secure the said necessary permit, or else they will be included in the blacklist.
Okay. So itong concept, since balik tayo doon sa sa Malabunot, since November 26 na laman nyo, ilan ba ang foreigners doon na ano nyo during the inspection?
Sir, during my personal ocular inspection, I have come across with 1 foreman and 3 alleged Chinese, because different po yung Chinese sa Taiwanese, sir. Hindi tayo nagpa-follow ng One China policy. So, yun, 4, sir, yung natagpuan ko doon.
4 sila.
Apat.
So ano na-identify na to sila sa ngayon?
Sir?
Are they identified already? Who are they? Where they came from?
I have requested them to secure, to submit to my office a copy of their passport and valid visa.
So nakasubmit na sila?
From our last communication, about this week, sir, magsasubmit sila sa office. Within this week.
Mr. Chair?
Okay, Honorable Gallinero.
During the confiscation of the machine, any materials and equipments from that area, the barangay has a record of workers and the foreign workers. Yes, no. You have names with the barangay chairman? They don't have. No. Okay.
Okay. Madam Alma, you did mention about Geico, I don't know, Geico. Kikos, I mean. And it's owned by Mr. Juanito Go. And we gathered reports also that Mrs. Wee is the developer of that area before. Is it true? George Wee, ito.
In Kikos, I think before was George Wee, and that's why in Manok is Mrs. Wee. So that's why.
Are they related or somehow? May idea ka, madam? Wagid. Only that the owner of the land are just one and the same person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Go.
Mr. Chair, is Laila a Filipina? Is Laila a Filipina? Dueñas is Pinay family name, I think. Have you met her personally? Kayo po, kilala niyo po
I think
si
we
Miss
can
Laila.
ask, Mr. Chair, we can ask my SPA, siya lang
Oo.
siya ang, hindi siya
Kilala
kilala ni
niyo si
attorney.
Miss Laila? Pilipino ba siya?
Filipino, ma'am.
Pilipino
Pilipina?
siya? Ganun. So bakit naman ganun niya tratuhin yung municipality of Malay? Walang galang.
Hindi ko po ma'am masasagot yun.
Wala siyang nire-respeto eh.
Oo, ma'am.
Ni barangay, ni LGU. Ano siya dito? Ano akala niya sa municipality na to? Palagay mo, pwede niyang gawin lahat kahit wala siyang hawak, kahit isang dokumento?
Okay, Attorney Calisa, proceed.
The Office of the Zoning Administrator, in her letter dated November 29, 2017,
Attorney Calisa, with your indulgence, Honorable Grapp was asking about Laila, not that one. Would you like to answer that?
yes, the zoning administrator has a letter addressed to Laila, informing her of the reasons why the zoning administrator cannot endorse the project to the SB for because of the because of numbers 1 and 2. Number 2 is that failure to submit the sketch plan, and number 1 is because of that letter from Antonio Pilayo. That number 2, I believe, has already been complied with Mrs. Wei. Number 1 is yet to be resolved.
Okay.
And,
We're not into that.
Pwede akong
Oo.
magano? Ang gusto ko lang malaman, bakit, yes, sir, thank you, Mr. Chair. Bakit construct ng construct, wala pang papel? Kahit pa ba sabihin hindi kayo binigyan, but andun yung proseso Hindi kayo dumaan sa proseso, hindi pa nga natapos, construct na. Bakit ganun? Di ba dapat bago mag-construct, meron munang kompleto, may clearance sa barangay, merong lahat kompleto yung papel. Ganun kami mag-construct, ganun kaming mga taga Boracay minsan, kami mismo sumusunod sa aming batas.
Ganun din po kami taga-Ibahay.
Oo, taga-Ibahay ka man gali. I'm sure may mga kliyente man ikaw nga masunurin. Basi at ginapasugtan na tundayang tawo, magbayular itaton ng mga layi. Wa ba aman ga construct imo wa nganit papel ginaboytan.
I'd like to say that the construction was without my blessing po, and I was just called yesterday to I'm sorry I cannot answer that, but for sure the construction was not my blessing. We were officers of the court, and we are obliged to let everybody follow that.
Si ano kaya meron kayo ba sir ang nagbigay sa kanila ng go signal na mag-construct at ikaw ang bahala sa mga papel? Parang may mga ganun kasi ako naririnig sa ibang mga fixers Sabihin nila, ma'am, kayo construct nyo na, ako nang bahala kay Miss Alma, ako nang bahala kay Miss sa Kapanyo.
I'm willing to answer your question. Ma'am, hindi pa ako ma'am nagkulang sa pagpaalala sa kanila na wag silang mag-construct without any building permit. So, as I said, in this session that I always remind them to do not start the construction unless we cannot secure the building permit for the construction of your building at Manok-Manok, Boracay Island, Malay.
So, wa gid asanda magpamati.
Wa gid nga ni ma'am.
So, pag-remind mo ka na, first, ano nang ginsabat?
Okay lang ma'am.
Okay to proceed or okay to stop?
Okay. Basta walang sinabi to stop. Basta okay.
Okay. So, pag-receive ng dait notice of violation, ano imong hambal kanda? Seryoso ra o joke only?
Sa ma'am, notice of violation, late ko na yan ma'am nalaman nang na-inform na ako was while I'm in vacation on Manila.
Okay. So, sa second notice of violation, ano imong hambal? Is it a suggestion pa lang o dapat ga-stop?
Akong hinhambal ka na ma'am ay stop the construction kasi ginhambal na ako ni Ma'am Alma na if you start again the construction, our documents for locational clearance and building permit will not be entertained by the zoning department.
Okay.
So, upon sending the message, they reply, okay.
Okay. O sige, okay. Wow, nakot mahambal, Mr. Chair, okay.
Okay, so, pati kita ga-okay ron So anyway, hindi masabat ni Attorney Calizo ang pamangkot naton nga basi gabayular imaw basi wa gid kasunod gilang sa aton regulasyon. Although mo man ang aton ang facilitate it andang building permit, no? And for your information, tanan nga application for building permit to zoning, it will pass through us sa plenary. Bukod lang it sa kwan. And in this case, I will personally ask the owner to come here. Kasi inapadalang representative, hindi natin mabulat information. Without his presence, we will not entertain her application.
Yes, sir.
Para mapilitan mo tagtuya. Kung hindi kami mag-tout endorsement, wa it building permit.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Para maklaro, para ma-meet na ang chairman namon nga committee. Masabat na tanawon ta kung ano ang okay ng sabat dyan sa amon. No? Ay paano maokihan ang building permit kung mura ni Mao?
Mr. Chair,
Honorable
anyway,
Bautista.
na-share nyo ba nato na we know everything. Yung kanina yung may suggestion is i-discuss na lang sa legal siguro, no? Para maayos. Then, of course, sa BI, no, at saka sa Duli, dapat i-implement na natin. Huwag natin hintayin na what happened dun sa, yun sa, ano? Sa Pampanga na 1,200, ilan ba yun? Chinese? How many years nagtrabaho doon na hindi man lang, no? So, sana,
Madam Bilerdo.
baka mas marami pa dito yan eh. Yan lang ang ating nalaman. Baka mayroon pa yan. Dito sa Boracay, Mr. Chair.
Gusto ko lang, Mr. Chair, i-clarify yung hindi na na-receive, no, ni Mr. Sakapanyo ang inyong application because of my order not to entertain Mr. Estores in my office anymore. So we want, di ba, as explained sa aming order, we want the owner of the building to apply. So gina-insist abi ni Mr. Estores ang anang anang point na you cannot help our office, but instead you are adding problems to our office. So that's why nahangit gid ako sa anagit kay Mr. Estores.
Mr. Chair.
Kasi andun ako nung nag-inspection ako personally. Tinawagan kita. Pero walang nangyari. So yun yung mga
Mr.
yung
Chair.
point na kailangan din namin maging
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mayroon okay, there was a memorandum issued by our zoning administrator. No, yung nga, bawal na ang mag-process other persons aside from the owner or yung pang company or ano. So bakit takot magharap si Miss Wee doon sa office? Since alam mo naman na they will not accept the application dahil bawal na nga daw ang pictures. So why you did not ask the owner, ma'am, kayo na lang mag-submit to dahil ayaw niyang tanggapin sa akin the application eh. Hindi niyo sinabi sa kanya yan, Mr. Torres?
Sinabi ko din, sir.
So ano sabi niya?
Likewise, sir, nasa Manila po siya.
So, I mean, for how many, ilan ba yun na issue? 3 times na from November hanggang ngayon, di pa rin siya appear doon sa office ng zoning para to discuss everything na as mentioned ng Attorney Calizo na ito naman, comply namin lahat except sa mayroong mga papers na masulat na yon para ma-discuss sana ng maigi yun. Mr. Torres.
Sir.
Sinabi mo sa kanya na, ma'am, hindi pwede.
Yes,
Ikaw
sir.
dapat.
Sinabi ko naman
Ayaw
yun,
niya?
sir. Oo.
Ayaw niya?
Wala naman siyang sinabing ayaw niya, sir. Siguro, sir, busy din siya doon sa Manila. Kaya
hindi,
siya
pwede na
dito
busy ito.
makakuha.
Problema ito. Pwede mo na 1 hour na mag-visit, just to visit the zoning administrator. Wala talagang time siya?
Wala po siyang sinabi.
Walang
sa
time
akin.
talaga?
Di ko
O
po
baka di
alam.
yun sinabi sa kanya?
Sinabi ko po, ma'am. Sinabi ko po, sir, kasi
Okay pa rin ang sagot?
pag naglabas po, ma'am, si Ma'am Alma ng memo na bawal na po kami mag-process kahit meron po kami SPA from the representative, from the owner representing them. Kasi po, sir, late, yung kwan ko, sir, yung application ko, sir, is nag-start na po, sir, ng last week of October.
Oo nga, pero I mean, mayroon ng 3 notices. Hindi na kailangan alam. Sinabi mo na kanina yan eh. May mga 3 notices na ang dahilan is na comply nyo nga ng requirements pero dahilan sa mga sulat, di ba? So may mga legal matters.
Yes, sir.
So at saka yun nga, bawal na kayo mag-represent doon in behalf of Ms. Wee. Ay ba't di siya naman si ma'am, kayo na lang doon ang magpunta, din i-discuss sa kanila, ito. Sinabi mo ba sa kanya yan?
Sir, tinext ko po, sir. Pero
so ano sabi niya siya, nag-okay?
Walang response.
Walang okay?
Walang okay po.
Okay. Attorney Calizo, okay. Is Mrs. Wei foreign national or Filipino-Chinese?
He's a Filipino. He's a Filipino.
Oh, kung Pilipino ma'am, with more reason that he has to follow our laws and ordinances in Malay.
May I be informed, Your Honors, what is the violation allegedly committed by Mrs.
Oh,
Wei.
construction without proper zoning permit, barangay clearance, building permit from the engineering. Kahit barangay clearance, wala. Zoning clearance, wala. Building permit, wala.
I came in.
So is that not, is it not a violation kung magpa-construct ka what? Any permit from any particular agency?
Yes, I believe so. That is a violation, Your Honors. But the thing here is, Mrs. Wei has started her application, but it was never acted upon.
No.
I
No.
believe it was,
Na Attorney Calizo, with all due respect, no? Ang problema na, wa pa nga ni mo permit nagpumpisa trabaho. Tama ba? Tama ba? You did mention that you're an officer of the court. You have to assist your client. You have to teach your client nga before doing anything, may mga batas kita ordinansa, sundon na. So anong nga ba natong what violation?
I was just asking if kung what were her violation.
Yes. So now I am telling you
Yes,
that her violation is constructing a structure without any permit from barangay, from zoning, from the building official. So is that a violation or not, Attorney Calizo?
I have not seen the construction, Your Honor.
But if I ask you if they started the construction without these prior permits,
Yes, of
is it
course.
violation
Yes,
or
yes,
not?
of course.
Okay. So the violation was committed, and even the workers, it was confirmed by the Bureau of Immigration that there were foreign national who are working without proper permit. So it's another violation. Abo nga violation, you know, nami kuntang argument ni mo, Attorney Calizo, okay, na regarding the legality of the property. May kwan ikaw may kumbaga legal side. May nami kuntang argumento tungod bayad in good faith sigo, may anang deklarasyon, may anang court clearance, okay. Pero ang actuation na ginobra ni nagpaobra ay puro labag sa batas. So paano ang credibility naton? Kung ginsunod na lang kuntaran, kundi pwede mo modipisan to, nga wala mo inobra ning sala. Kumbaga, in good faith imaw, tapos may credibility imaw ang nagsunod mo't batas. So kaya kung di magtao si Miss Alma gyapon with all those documents nga, lima, may court clearance imaw, bayan in good faith sigo, okay kung kun may mas ginlabag nga batas. Pero with all her violation, ay sino pang malipay mag entertain mo nga ni nga si Madam Alma. I think you have to educate your client nga nobody is above the law. Respetuhon ang daton zoning officer, katrabaho sanda para sa Boracay kung taran para ma-preserve ang isla. Kung kita man mismo, kita nga lawyer, kita nga mga nagabulig sa mga kliyente, kung kita wa kita katudlo sanda, paano natin ma-preserve ang isla? Dipinsahan natin sala, wag ito at may mo kita. Kaluoy man itong mga opisyalis na nagkatrabaho nga wag ginasunda. Tama, Attorney Calizo? I am correct?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'd like to go back to Mr. Magbanwa. You did mention about
Yes.
that your predecessor advised you or informed you about the teamwork or
The corporation, sir.
cooperation between TRIU and
Bureau of Immigration.
and the Bureau of Immigration. So you said it was very effective, no? And not only that, the revenue coming from TRIU. I remember I was then an ABC president, ex officio member of Sangguniang Bayan, and my colleague here, Honorable Bautista, were discussing about the penalties alone, how much we earn from the penalties of the tour guide. And not only the penalties, but their corresponding municipal permit, bahol ang income. So now you have difficulty also to manpower kulang.
Yes, sir.
But during the time, no, I mean, when there was a TRIU at that time, mas na-monitor tanan ang mga illegal workers,
Yes, sir.
especially ang foreign workers. So, na-deprive man ang aton banwa it revenue nga bahol tungod ginabulis ang trio. Ang Bureau of Immigration naga-request nga mas kinahanglan na ang trio tungod may katimbang sanda sa pag-implement it andang batas. And besides, we have municipal ordinance no regarding yang actually ang aton Honorable Bautista nga municipal ordinance regarding the tour guide ginobran nga model nga ordinance sa ibang banwa introduce it to Bureau of Immigration. So siguro kung ma-revive naton ang trio, or even if not trio, then there should be a separate task force nga
Be other names, same functions.
same function, bisan ibang ngalan basta same function nga magtimbang sa Bureau of Immigration. Honorable Bautista.
Anyway, it's effective as mentioned by BI Magbanwa, no? Did you discuss that matter to the chief executive sa the mayor na to recommend the revival, no, of that trio or any other names with the same functions? No? Dahil nakita nyo, effective eh.
Oh, sir.
Naka-discuss ba kayo kay mayor niyan na mayor?
I have opened up to meetings, Boracay Task Group, security meetings, the purpose of the trio, and I have made recommendations, and a formal letter was requested from me. So I will be drafting formal letter requests and cite specific guidelines to the specific functions of this force multiplier in support sa BI.
So ando na kay mayor?
Sir?
I mean the request.
Ay dadaan muna sir sa legal counsel namin sa Manila for us to
But
parang
maybe
MOA,
maybe just to inform or to discuss with the mayor dahil to revive or maybe to reactivate, no?
Yes,
Trio. Dahil nakita nyo na
effective
siya. Hindi pa na-discuss kay mayor yun.
I have yet
Personally.
to discuss, not yet, sir.
So maybe you try to discuss to him.
Yes, sir. I will note it, sir.
Maybe you can change the name, but yun na ang function the same.
Yes, sir. As long
No?
as
Ma'am Dole. And
Okay.
of course with the piso. Kaya din sa piso, may have to recommend naman anong magandang gawin.
Actually, sir, na-recommend na rin naman talaga yan siya. The problem is, parang kailangan talagang iscan yung mga applicants kasi, syempre, may mga binigay naman na tao, pero kulang pa to do the work. Plus, yung, kailangan talagang i-enhance ang kanilang knowledge kung paano siya. Hindi siya talaga nakukuha ka lang tapos i-deploy mo siya
How about
kaagad.
yung mga previous personnels na
Ay, yung mga previous personnels kasi nag-deploy, may mga private na sila employment. Isa pa yun, sir, kasi yung salary na kasi kung i-deploy nga naman sa
you have
Boracay.
to offer a good salary.
Yes, pero in process
compare
naman na
it to
siya.
private companies na ito, we giving salary, lipat tayo dito.
We requested naman na
Diba?
kay Mayor for the reinforcement.
Siyempre, if you give them a salary na parehas lang sa hindi naman tama yun. Diba? Yung function nila is yung responsibility ba. So we have to give the salary based na naman sa responsibility nila. No?
Correct,
Na
sir.
mag-commensurate naman yung sweldo sa trabaho nila. Diba? So we have to recommend, Mr. Chair, the revival of that office.
Okay.
Kung
And
na
probably
makatulong.
we would like to ask Mr. Magbanwa also to officially request, no?
Then we will endorse.
Request ka lang isulat sa Office of the Mayor nga kung pwede
Furnish
either
or-
i-revive or create another with the same function and the same task para and not only that, because kung may aton nga trio ka to, bulbahol income it munisipyo tungod sa tanan nga mga foreign workers masala naton magbuhol it permit.
Well noted, sir.
Okay, tanong ko, Mr. Chair, mayroon ba kayong record with trio before, collection natin sa mga tour guides, as compared na walang trio, mayroon mga difference, malaki ba ang variance?
Malaki kasi nung nasa HR ako, nagpapasa pa si Trio ng kanilang monthly report and it's a very big amount. For those violators lang. Yes
as
po.
compared ngayon na walang trio?
Sa ngayon, wala. Kasi,
Malaki
syempre,
na wala?
yung mga applicants lang po
No,
talaga.
I'm talking of the revenue.
Revenue.
Revenue, I don't have the figures.
Dapat mayroon kumuha din sa ngayon para naman tayo mga data, no? na may trio noon, we are collecting this much. Ngayon walang trio, wala tayong collection.
We will do that, sir.
Ha?
Thank you.
Ano lang, para meron tayong mga data na ganyan.
Jonah, kindly provide us copy, ha, Ms. Solano. Provide us copy, ha. Ang previous
Comparison.
comparative naton, ang income naton sa foreign workers. Because ang trio katog ang concentration sa mga foreign workers, foreign
Okay,
tour
sir.
guides, no? Para ma-explain naton sa Office of the Mayor nga aya ang bintaha kung may aton nga trio or task force, whatever the name is, nga kung may haya nga task force makabuti-timbang sa BI, di ba wala income naton, tanan ma-regulate pa naton. Okay?
Correct, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So is there any other clarification or question to our invited guest? Bilin ko lang kay Attorney Carizo. Attorney, pakiambagan nimo imong kliyente, ha? Nga mag-comply, magsunod lang sa ordinansa. Para waka bigta nila nga matuwarant ibaray. Siyempre, ara live coverage kita, tapos hindi na ito matap na rumoron nga style ba. So being an officer of the court, dapat kamo magbulig man it-explicar sa kliyente nga dapat sundo na itong tanan do atong local ordinance. Okay? And then, your problem, ang kuan ni Miss Alma, it will be referred to the legal department para masayran ko anong legality anong magawa. We cannot determine also kung sinong tama, sinong sala. It will all will be based on the decision of the court. Ang kung ba inyong mga supporting documents, pakisubmit lang sa legal department. So may rason man si Mrs. Alma nga if one basis na nasa refusal tungod sa court order ay respetuhon nato na siyempre malisod man doon nga kasuhan ni Mao it. Siyempre kung may court order eksakto sa ratong area wa cover doon it cover imo decision ay malisod man kita magbayular ay mas grabe pa gito ngod na sayra naton nga court order or court decision will always prevail, di ba? Kinangan masunod. So we will try to find out sa legal department kung anong rekomendasyon nanda. Okay? In the meantime, stop ang construction. Tanan wa dapat poot. Kumpiskaron ni Honorable Chona ang gamit. Ay hindi pagulatan nyo nga pati ang tawo kumpiskahon na patanan na nga di mo nagubra. Okay? Mr. Bagbanwa, any remark?
Sir, since nandito na rin yung council ng mga Chinese, sa sign of good faith, if possible, may I request a copy of their respective passports and visas for verification, if possible. Can you relay to your client na lang? The Chinese workers who works for her. Okay, sige. So, okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Honorable
I'm
Bautista.
confused here. The owner of that project is a Filipina. How come na mayroong Chinese workers doon trabaho? Can she afford to hire foreign workers? Wala na ba tayo lang Pilipino? Wala na ba tayo mga workers dito sa Pilipinas? Ba't mag-hire pa sa mga foreign laborers?
I also find it absurd, Your Honor, for Ms. Wei to have allegedly hired foreigners in order to work on her project, because our minimum wage or the salaries we give to our workers have a great disparity if you are working in China or in Taiwan.
That's
but
true.
working
So
here in the Philippines,
So I
in a
big,
construction
so that's why a big
project.
question. Maybe he is not the owner of that project.
I think she is.
Huh?
She is.
She is. But why he hired people from outside to do the construction? If
That's why it is unbelievable if it is a fact.
it was the barangay chairman was there.
The immigration.
Immigration, and that's and it was, di ba? Na mayroong mga Chinese eh. Or, I don't know, Chinese or Taiwanese. So, hindi siya ang may-ari ng project na yan. Baka dami si Miss Wee.
So ang zoning pa lang.
Ano ba ang mga document na submit nila dyan, Miss Alma? Can you give furnish us me a copy of that application?
So, probably, she's married to a Chinese.
Kaya nga. This is married to Chinese. Kaya nga, we.
So Miss Wei is that's Lilia, imoro ng Wei.
Lilia Dueñas Way.
Dueñas, may taga-Kalibo nga Dueñas eh.
Single proprietorship, not proprietorship.
May taga-Iloilo man nga Dueñas.
Single na, proprietorship.
Single.
Ano eh?
Dueñas,
Iloilo.
Unahan sa Pasya.
Tungod sa may notice sa violation sa zoning, ang engineering department kasi pwede yung kapile kaso. Tungod wagit kwan eh. Wagit at permit tanan. So the engineering department can also file a case. Pero ratong talang we'll wait for the result of the legal department, no, kung ano ang resulta it pag-assist.
Actually,
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I find it hard to know the owner when we issue the notice of violation. Kasi talagang sarado ang ng mga workers, no? Kung sino ang may-ari. So, my inspector went to the water provider, and there we found out that the applicant is Mrs. Lilia Dueñas Way.
Mr.
kami
Chair,
nag-research.
Honorable Bautista.
So meaning when you ask the worker, he doesn't know who's the owner? O baka siya nabiyan sa wag sabihin na ako may-ari niya na? Confidential.
Of course.
Diyan yung permit, oh. Oo. Eh,
Now, you know what I understand. You know what happened, attorney? The construction was ahead of the application. So how Mrs. Biliherdo can be able to identify nauna construction siguro sa application?
Mr.
Oh,
Chair,
no,
and
Ms. Biliherdo?
we were really confused because the first letter of Attorney Calizo is the owner of the project is Mr. Go. So the office is really confused. Kasi that's why I sent a letter to Attorney Calizo that your client has no application for building permit.
Oh, attorney, ikaw gali nagpa-confuse anday.
It was Mr. It was Mr. Go, with all due respect, and I also apologize to Alma. In my letter, because I thought that it was Mr. Go's project because it was Mr. Go who called me up.
Yeah.
You
So
see?
I referred Mr. Go as the owner of the project, but later I found out that it was the project of Mrs.
Namin kung attorney mong ina-advise kay ina nga dapat kunta kung sino nag-apply makita mo pangalan dito. Agali ikaw mangalig saga ka magalit padaga. Ano ron, sige, okay. So klaro kita ha. Stop tanan ang construction anay, no? Para
so, Mr. Chairman,
okay, Honorable
so
Bautista.
what happened to Miss Wino dahil the barangay council of headed by the chairman stopped the construction and even confiscated some of the materials. So I hope sa Balabag
We'll do the
barangay
same
chairman
also.
sa Kapanyo will do the same. Dami din mga violations yan eh.
Good morning no sa tanan. Clarification lang no para sa amon nga apartment sa barangay no dahil sa barangay paapot amon problema eh. Awas tanan amon siya sa buong barangay. Ang amon lat ang concern na Taiwan ni Cap. Siguro pag abot sa building may tamang departamento naman na nakapokus lang naman sila eh, di ba? May inspector, may monitoring, may building officials na naga-inspect. Hindi na siguro itaotanan sa amon ang burden ka to. it's sa mga building nga ron na isbi na mga illegal. Kailangan bang adlaw-adlaw ta kami magbinantay at construction nga mga building na karon kinahanglan
no, I mean, the copy, ang kwan baga, copy furnace baga it atong kwan. Dahil, nakita nyo ko what ang magayin kay alam na itong barangay chairman, at natasigit na construction meaning mas tahadlok na sa barangay.
Yes, so inaman ang kamamon niya, no? Pero in addition ba kay SB Graph na adlaw-adlaw ni Cap it siguro kasi may isang departamento nga kita ginhire si Mayor para haron sa mga sa building engineering. So dapat yun naman
sa chairman ba ka nagidapatiha?
Yun nga, ikaw mata kami, pilang bato malamang tao sa barangay, tapos igtulot abi kami sa building magbinantay.
Bawat nga ni ginapatiha.
Ang amon na kontahay buligan, pero what I mean is, para sa amon, makonpiska kami, wa kami citation ticket, doon na balikan pa kami, ang bawang pananakaw pa kami, kasi may ano na kami, may experience na kami.
Hindi na kinangan sa ticket. Ang kan lang, i-confiscate, din i-receive na lang, inventory.
Natabo na pero SB sa amon, nagkonpiska kami, inventory, pero again, balikan pa. Kasi nga, walang citation ticket.
Kailangan ba
so, mas mayadgat siguro nga, ang tamang, ang ga-implement it mayad nga, kompleto sanda sa papel. Pras mako sa engineering, may monitoring, may inspector Tapos, dagdaga sanda it map, abo man nga map. Kami pilang bato amon tanod, alino namon amon tanod, sa buong barangay Balabag, di ba? 17 man lang amon tanod. Magbinantay pa kami building nga mga illegal.
Okay. Basta, may naroon lang siguro, basta once may violations, i-copy furnish lahat ng barangay. Then they are informed, no?
Oh,
then,
yes, mayaman, may
we are
gina-files
furnishing.
naman gina-files.
Gina-furnish naman every time we issued a notice of violation.
Ang
ginahinyo lang kung tanamon sa barangay level, siyempre may mga kagawad kita every zone, di ba? Every zone na nga matawan naman kami kung amat it reports, no, who are those na nga naga-construct nga wa pa it barangay clearance, wa pa it building permit, para kami manyagi may amon malagi ba nga tuyoon. Aside from those na glaring ba lagi natin nakikita, may mga construction abi nga sa likod nga hindi naton maabot it aton nga ayun manpower guman nga ibalik kita. So uhanlat anaton baho ta ang construction. So yun lang kun ang assistance na gusto.
Okay, ang kuan ko nga i-discuss nga namin dito sa sila session ang sa baray clearance ba. Pag walang baling clearance, so walang activity. Di man tayo implementa ang ordinansa, but the baray clearance is dapat requisite na.
Yes.
So yun ang ito lang, baray clearance, dahil siguro.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, honorable
kasi ang may mag-apply nga ron, kasi about barangay clearance, agto sa barangay, harag apply it building. So, isip mata kami nga may mga building officials, so may monitoring, nga galibot-libot na ron, kasi may kita nga may mga construct gali nga uwat agalit kompleto nga papel. Pero yun nga, pero ang amon nga ipaabot ko ron ang gustong concern ni Miss Alma nga may kagawad assign no nga at least mas kung may naka-construct ko nima and then ma-check namon yan no, pero kinahanglan gid ang sa building officials gid kasi may monitoring sa inspector, dapat sila ang maghugag dahil imawron ang trabaho. Yun lang.
Pero ang ginamin na Mr. Chairman, ang kwan baga, ang sa barangay ni Mamalma, nga sa aton ng mga may districting mga kita atong kagawad na sign, monitor ba na dali ang purpose is barangay clearance income at barangay ron di ba? Saron lang siguro once may construction na ma-report sa barangay, may barangay clearance na ayaw ng building permit, may barangay clearance na di na ka sa barangay, di ba? Sa inyo ang part sa barangay level. Balat galing sa daro building officials kundi magugag sa barangay level is barangay clearance sa inyong habol. No, do not start any construction na walang barangay clearance. Pag hindi magsunod, patawag sa barangay. And then aabot ang paagi karon nga to stop them.
Okay. Honorable Gabay.
Thank you, Chairman. Ang amon lang nga ginakuan kasi pirmi kami clarification lang po, no? Pirmi kami pinpoint ang barangay official sa tanan nga mga kuan. Dapat barangay ang unang magsita kung mga may illegal nga mga sa aton isla. So sa pagsita, inata kami ron, ma-assist kami sa pagsita. Kaya lang sita lang gid kami nga sita, o gid kami itharong citation ticket nga ni. Pero ginaobra mata amon mga tanod ang mga pareho sa mga i-mention ko lang ang mga sa traffic nga raho sa mga parks illegal parking. Ang amon niya tanod, nagakuan mata it mga ano, pero ang anong obra it mga kuan, kadlawan lang sa dalawa citation ticket, sita lang nga sita. Ibaygan lang ang barangay kasi wa kami itiket. So ang amon lang ginasakit bagay ano, barangay, always barangay, ang gina-mention iya, sa mga trabaho baga, kaya namon obrahon, kung kaya sa kaya namon, no? Pero syempre, dapat may amon man nga, ag isa pagali, nagtawag ako sa PNP, bitak, for assistance pag ato namon sa area nanda. Anong ginobra at PNP, di ba na ano ni mo SB? Kung natandaan mo nga magngayo kami assistance. Kasi ang barangay ang ginapa ano ninyo kasi within a major jurisdiction. Nangayo kami assistance sa PNP. Ano ang ginobra at PNP? Gindinay kami kasi nahadlok do sanda baka balikan sandait. Kasuhan sandait land grabbing. Yes. Kaya, ang amon tanod lang namon.
Sino nga PNP to? Sino to nga PNP?
Tinawagan ko ang PNP para magpa-assist kami kasi atuna namon ang andang construction. Wa kami nga ano nga assistance. Map? Wa man.
Siguro, Mr. Chairman, we will invite the Chief of Police siguro. Andad ba ng bitak ang kwan? With this, Mr. Chairman, itong mga cases ba ganyan, ang bitak ba, mayroon silang jurisdiction or dito ta sa Chief Police?
Sa illegal kwan?
Ganyan ba, assistance?
May anda,
So
jurisdiction.
I think we have to invite the chief doon with this problem, Mr. Chair. Paano sila makatulong eh?
Mr. Chair.
Kailangan eh.
Okay, Honorable Galinero.
I think we have to verify because I think BTAC right now is separate from parang Boracay Tourist Assistance Center.
So, para malaman din natin, but with this concern, sino ba ang may jurisdiction? Diba?
I think, yun na nga sabi ko last session, Mr. Chair, dapat magkaisa lahat eh. Unlike what happened, only barangay nag-act. Nagtawag sa pulis, nagtawag sa MAP, So, very frustrating on the part of barangay sometimes that you are asking their assistance but nobody will walang susunod sa iyo, walang sasama. But I think with this right now, the zoning, the barangay, the engineering, and the office of the chief executive probably, kung may mga closure order, sama-sama tayo para buong puwersa. Ay, yan, tatawag barangay, walang sasama. Ay, baka sa susunod, ayaw na rin ng barangay kasi baka may baril yung pupuntahan namin, batuta lang yung aromas ng tanod.
Pero, di ba Mr. Chair, kung naninipa nga sila ng mga, di ba, yung mga, ano tawag niyo, ng sandcastles, wala naman silang citation ticket, pero ang barangay, ngayo itandang assistance para masiguro ang peace and order, kung di man sana mag-ayan, no? Ay, ba't hindi sana mag-ayan? Sa safety nga, ginapangayo ng dang, ma-secure man bagang andang presence of to. Pero kaya nanda magguba, sino nagsugo sa andangan nagubon man to? Kung, di ba? Medyo hindi umasayran. Ano ang
Malay
priorities?
Development Council. Malay Development Council, I think they are more on implementing ordinances, no? So maybe it can help, no?
Okay, anyway, there was a suggestion from Honorable Bautista to invite the Chief of Police. We will invite the Chief of Police and BTAC Chief. And also the Chief of MAP and probably Mr. Rowan Aguirre para maklarify natin kung parte sa enforcement na ng istoryahan ta. Sino ang in charge sa enforcement? Sino ang pag may violation sa zoning, sino dapat ang tawgan on the part of EGO? Police ba? MAP ba? O...
At saka sa zoning natin, they are saying that they are lacking of manpower. So kung mag-implement, andyan yung MAP dapat na mag-assist.
Mag-assist, Okay, Madam Secretary, in the next session, we would like to invite the Chief of Police in Malay, the Chief of BTAC, the Chief of MAP, and Mr. Rowan Aguirre. Okay? So, again, thank you sa aton mga mag-invite nga guest, Mr. Magbanwa of Immigration and Carlo, another immigration officer.
Mr. Chair, I think it's already 1 o'clock, no? At saka medyo ginutom na siguro yung mga guest natin. Pasensya na po, talagang ganyan dito. Pero may lunch naman pong nakaabang sa inyo sa
Okay.
taas.
That's-
You are all invited po sa lunch natin.
Okay, mga ganyan gusto balon ka pasalamat ng sandag di kwanta na eh. Mag-break na kita at lunch. So Mrs. Alma and Miss Solano, Miss Paiganan, and of course our two ladies from Barangay Manok-Manok and Barangay Balabag. Attorney Carizo, thank you for coming. And also Mr. Okay. Okay, Mr. Estores. Thank you for coming. So, our session is suspended for lunch.
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still broadcasted to the radio.
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal living members of my family.
Para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Our session is resumed. So we have our second set of our invited guests, Madam Secretary. Can you
Okay,
please
Mr.
acknowledge?
Chairman, for our second batch of invited guests, in behalf of Director Lianyo, we have with us Engineer Jovi Delgado and Company. We have invited them regarding the road rerouting of in line with the development of Katiklan Airport. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. The chairman on Committee on Housing, Land Utilization and Building Construction, since the DPWH representative are around, kindly start your query.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, the application of that Miss Ching, Mrs. Ching who was withheld because of the problem on the right of way, the diversion road, no. But since we asked the DPWH for its comment, and they submitted a letter from, we received a letter from the DPWH regional office that the building will not be during with the expansion of the road, it will not be affected. However, there was another complaint from barangay the residents within that area because of that erosion, that they have a problem, fishing problem for the erosion area. So as I talk with engineer, saan siya? They said that the DPWH promised to do the repropping in that area for that protection. So kaya nga we invited, I said to him that try to invite the DPWH to assure us that what he said is true. So with the appearance of from DPWH, maybe we will be having the idea now if what's really it is true that DPWH will be the one to put some protection in that erosion in that especially the problem of some residents on that adjacent property. Chair.
Okay. Anybody from the panel who could answer the query? Mr. Delgado, engineer, no? Are you engineer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Engineer Delgado. Proceed.
Honorable Vice Mayor, SB members, and all present in this room, good afternoon. As a bridge, I will give you a bridge view of the project. The project cost 87 million, including lahat na yan na slope protection, signages. Actually, we had given already the notice to proceed to the contractor, which is Guria contractor only. We have encountered the not a major problem. It is only a minor problem. Only, medyo hindi lang masyado tayo sa papeles, sa documents. In short, supposed to be dapat nandyan na yung equipment nila eh. Kaso lang, may yung isang owner doon ng lot na dadaanan ng daan natin, ayaw pumirma ng permit to enter. So, mahirap naman na pilitin, baka makasuhan tayo. That's why, I have here our legal team, Mr. Nilo Bautista, kung makasabi tungkol doon sa problema kay particularly the landowner is at Tirol family.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Bautista, kindly enlighten us.
Good afternoon. Meron na kaming mga nagawang mga research tungkol sa property ng particularly itong Tirol. Meron po siyang title at saka kaya lang yung title na ay titled sa galing sa homestead patent. So mayroon pong mga restrictions dito na kailangan hong itingnan ng legal namin kasi pag sinabi pong homestead, hindi po ito compensable. Depende kung ano yung mga provisions na pwedeng i-apply dito para itong mabayaran. So yun yung ang i-under sa study pa ng legal. Saka isa pa, itong lote, hindi ito na meron po siyang title, ibawa ang lot number kaysa cadastral survey naman ng so kailangan namin pong humingi ng mga certifications, additional information galing po sa DNR. So yun po ang hinihintay namin para po kami makadiretso ng negosasyon doon sa may-ari. So yun po ay ginagawa namin ngayon.
So, sinong particular na Tirol ang may-ari? Yung heirs of Seriaco Tirol?
Jose yata. Jose. So, yung sa title po, galing na dito sa title, ay Orestes po.
De Ares. De Aresan.
By the way, si Engineer Armada from the Guria, dahil dalawa kami mismo from the very start, dalawa kami tong mga papeles nila, scrutinize, pabalik-balik kami sa register of deeds, lahat-lahat. Although nga supposed to be dapat sa planning yon, kaso lang planning namin maraming ginagawa. Tinutulungan namin para matuloy at least matuloy yung proyekto. Si Engineer Armada, yung isang doon, dahil kami may trabaho din, marami kaming project na siya yung project engineer dito ni Guria.
Okay, Mr. Armada.
Good afternoon, honorables. As we have already talked to the owner. Her sister Stella came here to have the area verified, and she told us that we can clear the area so that she will know what part of the the property and area covered. Then after that, she told us that before we can start our project, we have to settle first the compensation, whatever the budget will come. And then I told her that yes, ma'am, we need your transfer certificate of title, in which she furnished us, but the office of the director told us that we should first, the legal counsel, seek the original certificate of title, in which when we discovered, we first went to Capiz Land
Registration.
LRA, Registration Authority, and they told me that the title is already transferred here. So I went there in Calibo, and we found out that there's none such title. But we have already, what they told us, that this title, original certificated title, is already more than 35 years. So, yes, they already registered there, something 1930. So, she told us that we have here the certificate, certificate of title. So and then went to the legal counsel and give him all the documents, and what the office of this legal counsel told us that first we should verify if this title is what we, if ever we can have this compensated. So I give this all to our legal office, Mr. Nilo, sir.
Actually, sir, we have a hard time in communicating them because they are in Manila. That from time to time, they always refer them to their lawyers. So nahirapan kami ano sa kanila. Pero but as of this morning, parang may narinig na I have a friend na nakausap na yung parang okay naman sila. Kaya puntahan namin ngayon kung how true. Na para importante lang daw yun, sir, makapirma sila ng permit to enter para makatrabaho namin ang contractor. Kasi in fairness ng contractor naman, matagal yung equipment na nakaano doon, nakatambay. So medyo malo. At saka yung time duration nila, tumatakbo. Kaya we will be forced to charge them with liquidated damages if you cannot finish their work on time. Kaya pinatulungan na namin sila yung contractor para mas maaga maayos ng kumpisa sila.
Okay. So, we would like to know also, Mr. Delgado, ang rerouting kung Ilonggo ka mo o Tagalog o Ilonggo? Kabalaw Ilonggo? Ate, Ilonggo lang ta. Oo. Kung din bala magsugod ang dalan naton, kung din maagi, kung din makonect dayon. We're not aware of the plan. Ang
Engineer
in-charge
Armada,
si...
Dahil nung nag-survey, sir, yung nagpadala ng surveyor dito yung Tirol family, sir, eh. Kasama silang survey. At that time, I was in Iloilo. May conference kami. Alam niya yung rutang dadaanan ng talagang actual. Kaso lang hindi namin ma-print, gawa-gawa ng hindi pa siya ng permit to enter. As soon na maka-ano na silang permit to enter, magawa natin as take plan yun ang talagang sundin natin dapat gawin.
Okay.
So far ngayon, di pa kami makagawa as take plan.
Pero sa ngayon pa lang, saan magsimula? Katiklan ba o San Viray?
No, sir. Actually, may ginawa yung Aklan Engineering District na phase 1 doon. Sa anong barangay yun? I-explain natin kanila. Yung dudugtong ta.
Yung bang, ayun sir, yung dating, yung bypass, tapos mayroong, yung bypass na mula doon sa may, palabas dito sa may, parang barangay Union. So, merong ang phase 1, natapos na yung phase 1, yung na-concrete na. Tapos yung phase 2 naman, yun nga, meron itong plano, ayan, dito naging sa may sa dito, parang airport na.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Bautista?
ilang kilometers ba yung bypass natin from Union to
Kadugtong doon sa natapos na existing na ginawa.
Okay, yung phase 1 is from Union to phase 1, ilang kilometers yun, yung phase 1?
More or less, ayun nga, yung ginawa ng district, Aklan Engineering District, more or less, it is one kilometer.
Plus another 1 kilometer
Yeah, sir,
naman,
yeah,
so
sir.
mga 2 kilometers lang.
Ano yan, tatawid na yun sa yung daan papuntang Buruanga.
Oh, dito na.
Oo, sa kabila.
San Viray?
San Viray nga yun.
San Viray,
Katiklan. Before, ang labasan yan is yung sa gilid, before ng tulay.
Before, siguro, sa may likuan eh.
Oh, malik ko ka sa tulay, before tulay.
Dati.
Putol, Putol. Diyan ang daan,
Ito na lang ang delikado nito.
Okay.
So ito na lang ang ito yung phase 2. Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Honorable
Itong problema na sinubmit ng mga residents doon dahil sa erosion, Mayroon bang gagawing protection doon sa area na yan?
Meron po sir, gawin natin ng slow protection yan, stone masonry.
Meron.
Opo, lagyan.
Ang ginapamangkot ni sir ang dito.
Ang sa mga balay-balay dito na maapektuhan to ng kwan.
Hindi siya
Concern lang kami sir doon sa mismo sa project natin.
Hindi ba matawanan ng project yung engineer ang kwan?
Sir,
Yung sabi mo noon na yung sa kwan sa project nyo na
Ayun, dalawang bahay.
Sa storage.
yung storage, sir, meron dyan, meron. Every, what do you call this, embankment na tumaas ng 3 meters, meron yan mga stone masonry, slow protection, lahat yun. Up, beginning ng phase 2, up to the end, lahat meron yang mga slow protection at stone masonry,
Yung tinatanong ni...
drainage, meron.
Pero yung sinabmit ng kwan ng barangay, yung ano ilang bahay yun? Yung na maapektuhan. Dalawa. Kasama yun ba sa daanan ng kalsada ng highway? So maprotektahan yan sila. So with your assurance na para dahil ito na delay yung endorsement nila dahil sa mga problema diyan sa sa yung dalawang yung mga houses diyan. Oh. So at least we have now the assurance na talagang mayroong slope protection na gagawin ang dahil sabi kasi ng Chinko na sa kanila daw ang ibang property nagbinigay nyo ba? Libre, ano? Mayroong area ng binigay nyo sa DPWH? Meron ba silang binigay? So, parang yun ang kwan, parang X-deal. Walang X-deal ba dyan? Wala, sir. Para magkaroon lang ng development doon, sir. I see. Para madaanan din. So, wala na problema. So, ang problema
At saka may isa
natin...
pa nga doon, yung sa dulo, hindi pa sila importante yung kay Tirol sana dahil yung sa dulo doon kay certain Iscanio.
Oo. Iscanio.
Medyo hindi pa nila mag-allow din yun, gawa ng sa 26 yata darating eh. Sabi noon, December, pero unfortunately hindi naman dumating. So hopefully sa 26, okay naman daw siya.
So yung Ascanio property, Mr. Chairman, yun ang daanan palabas na?
Palabas na po.
Yan nasa puton, no? Okay. So with that, Mr. Chairman, very clear na yun lang naman ang sinabit ng Barangay Chairman dito ng Katikla na may assurance na ma-protectionan yung bahay na doon. So for the record, no, so that the application ng storage na yan ay ma-endorse na rin, Mr. Chairman. So siguro, then maybe kanina I have to grab the opportunity dito naman taga DPWH. Yung status ng Katiklan ba na proper na kalsada, ano yung status diyan? May idea ba kayo? Bakit ganyan? Ba't hindi nasama yan sa widening from...
No idea, sir, no idea.
Wala kang idea?
Walang
Okay lang.
idea.
Itong project ng electrical...
Yun nga, yung pinareceive kanina.
Kasama kayo doon?
Hindi ho, dahil yung sabi nga namin, parang lang kami alam sa region may project nun eh. Ni-refer namin sa district.
Pero nakita nyo ba yung hukay nila na masyado mababaw? Paglagay ng tubo, yung linya ba?
Ay, depende sa plano nila sa ginawa. Hindi namin napansin.
Dahil nakita natin sa widening, halos 12 inches na yung ang thickness ng sada. Tapos yung hukay nila, masyado mababaw. Paano yan?
Talaga yun.
Diba?
Dahil minimum tayo ngayon, 12 inches yung PCCP natin.
Oo nga, paano ngayon kung mayroong widening dyan?
Mo.
So magiba lahat matanggal lahat yung mga pipes na nilay dyan sa lalim.
Dapat may coordination sila bago na ano.
So ituloy pa rin natin yun, Sir Chairman, yung sulat doon sa Kwan siguro? Sa district ba yun?
District lang.
Region, no?
So kung ganon, kasi may sulat kita, may sulat director, pinapago na namin sa district. So kung ganon, pwede namin i-receive yung sulat na kung paano yung director, pwede i-receive yun. Ikabat na kami na. Yung sulat na.
Oo. Yun na, sulatan sila siguro.
I-receive mo na lang yung sulat. I-receive mo na lang, ipadala doon sa regional office.
Sa region naman sila eh.
Oo, padala bukas.
Ihabol.
Pahabol lang para ma-receive nila. Isa pa sir, may request kami sa distrito na care of, pero I know dadaan pa ng region yan, lahat ng projects naman galing sa national, it will course through the regional
No,
office.
sir, no, sir. Yung district engineering ngayon, sir, may authorities na below 100 million, pwede sila maggawa ng trabaho.
Below 100.
Oh, yeah. Bago.
So, palagay ko yung request namin, susobra ng 100 million
so
sa inyo na.
sa region, no, sir.
Yung circumferential road dito galing poblasyon hanggang doon sa Naasog, tagos doon sa may main road. Actually, may sulat na dito yung DPWH na, ano pang kulang? DLG lang. May parang certification niya sa DLG na lang inaantay para ma-forward ulit sa DPWH. And from, dyan din sa may daanan dyan galing sa hospital papuntang Bacolod, yung daanan ng ninyo, rerouting din. Sitio, Bacolod, Malamig. Sana kung matulungan nyo rin widening saka ipa-concrete na rin natin kasi yung taas noon ma-utilize din yan as tourist spot din. So saan kaya kami pwede sir mag forward ng request?
Sir, regional director, sir, regional director.
Regional director.
Siguro pwedeng may yung mga hindi, no. Ibig sabihin yung request siguro dapat may somebody mag-request na parang
kami sa SB. True vice,
Oo.
ako lang. Oo, para
Resolution.
Yung isa kasi yung resolution din yun, yung sa Naasog, gawa namin ng resolution na lang. Yung assistant regional director ba yung babae pa rin? Yung hindi. Iba na ngayon.
Iba na ngayon si Alfruto.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
meaning kung mag-request ka ng funding, sa regional office lang mga approval, ano?
Hindi kasi GAO, sir, yun eh. May mga 2019, may almost may halos meron na yan, ano?
Meron na.
Meron na.
Sa regional director lang mismo sila pwede kang
Oh,
approve.
so
May budget yan.
may parang ano na yan.
Ganda pala.
Pwede gali. Resolution lang. Mr. Lavalier.
I think your request will be listed from among the projects for funding. Ang regional director ang office of the regional director will list down all the projects for 2019 for funding. Sa na nila sir sa regional sa central office.
Central
Sabi niya,
office
out
na.
of your request.
Pati yung Boracay natin, yung drainage system doon, yung CHESA, wala pa rin nagawa. Pero yung request ko sa DPWH noon through kay Congressman Miraflores, ang bilis nagawa yon. DPWH
Yun
ang
nga sir,
nagpagawa.
ibig sabihin dapat may follow-up, may follow-up na
mas mabilis yung DPWH
yun nga sir, okay na yun.
Oo.
Dapat may follow-up lang na medyo
Sige. So kung wala pa rin action yung CHESA, i-course through na lang natin sa DPWH na lang. Kasi culvert na ilagay doon pasok hanggang Bulabog na. Mula dyan sa fairways para mawala na yung baha dyan sa Pinaungon. Sa fairways. Sige, so gawin na lang namin yung request. Identify lang kung saan banda at sukatan na lang siguro para sigurado ng mabudgetan na. Okay? Wala nang ibang tanong? Is there any other question? Wala na.
Sir, yung sa akin, sana sir, medyo kung tulungan nyo kami doon kay Tirol para mapaano.
Ano ba yun? Orestes ba o Socrates Tirol?
Orestes, sir.
Kapatid yan ni Socrates yan.
At tapos si Paul, parang may nakausap kanina, parang sister yata, parang okay naman daw sila. So pupunta namin ngayon.
Di ganito, Paul, bigyan mo ko ng number ng Tirol. Turungan ko kayo makipag-usap doon. Kilala ko yung yung kay Orestes. Orestes yan. Pagka Orestes, kapatid ni Socrates yun. Dalawa sila magkapatid yan may sa loob kasi at saka may sa labas ng baso.
Sa Manila kaliho sila, sir. Sa Manila house sila lahat.
Medyo mahaba kasi itong affected sa kanila.
Malaki, sir. Almost 9,000.
Sige.
500 meters po
Yun ang pinaka-main
Ano bang nadaanan? Gitna siya o boundary?
Gitna.
Di mas maganda pabor sa kanila yan para ma-develop yung lugar nila. Sige. Paul, bigyan mo ko number para may tawagan ko kagad yung anak ni Orestes. Okay? Para matulungan ko din kayo. Sige, maraming
po.
salamat sa
Salamat
inyo.
po, sir.
Oh, thank you so much for your time and for attending our session.
Thank you rin, sir.
Sa sunod uli, baka may tanong kami, di susulat lang po kami. Salamat, maraming salamat. Okay, let's proceed to the incoming and referral, Madam Secretary.
We have first is referral from the MPDC or zoning administrator for endorsement of the application for zoning and building permit of various applicants and the municipality of Malay. Engineer Juan is here.
Engineer Joanne, good afternoon.
Sir, good
You may-
afternoon po.
You may proceed.
Good afternoon po sa lahat. Our applicant po is yung last week po nawala. Present na po si ma'am ngayon. Gen Group Leisures Incorporated, name of project, proposed renovation to the existing two-story residence hostel and erection of new two-story food park. Area is 1,054 square meters. Right of land is tax declaration named to Gen Group Leisures Incorporated. CLUP classification is medium density residential mixed use zone R2. Location of construction is Barangay Balabag. Authorized representative is Ma'am Herminigilda V. Andrada po. Present po si ma'am.
Okay, please come forward. So ikaw po yun, ma'am. Okay, good afternoon. Oo. So, if there's any clarification on the application of Mrs. Mendoza.
Last week, sir.
Yeah, pero para may yeah. So, Jo, wala namang violation ito?
Makara, sir, may existing na. Meron pong existing pero gigibain po.
So may existing na building.
Meron po.
Gigibain tapos magpagawa ng bago.
Yes po.
So, doon sa bagong plano, na-comply naman lahat yung requirements natin.
As per sa plan na Sir Hay, may konti po kaming ipapaayos kay ma'am. Kasi sa Manila pa daw yung plan manggagaling, sir. Pero meron pong pinasa. Yung mga meter box po, yung mga yung gazebo, maabot po ng setback, sir.
Okay.
Pero
So,
wala pa po sa existing ngayon.
okay, i-correct nyo lang, ma'am, ha, doon sa... Oo, para masunod nyo ang requirement accordingly. Okay, may question pa? Honorable... Sino gusto
Anyway,
Honorable
Mr. Chair,
Bautista?
Wala kayo naman si SB, siguro kung pwede mo lang na mag-inspection with Engineer Joanne. Anyway, we'll call him. Tawagan ko sa may schedule, ha?
Okay, sir.
Hindi ako makakon na either bahala na sa mag-set ng schedule.
Na-inform na rin po niya sa akin.
Okay,
So,
so...
nag-inform kanina na siya lang muna
So,
inspection.
okay lang ang schedule ng inspection? Wala pang schedule, Ms. Joanne?
Wala pa.
Ikaw na lang mag-inform, ha?
Okay po.
Okay. So, we will refer this to the Committee on Housing, Land Utilization, and Building Construction. Thank you, ma'am, for your appearance.
Our next applicant po is Ma'am Ria Lynn G. Mendoza. Name of project is proposed 2-story, 3 rooms residential commercial building, 2-story commercial space on ground floor with office.
The same?
Area is
Parehas pa? Parehas? Mendoza to kaya? Mendoza man kaya?
Gen Group kay na, sir.
Gen Group. Okay.
Oo. Ang last week ran, sir, nga wak atin.
Okay.
Area is 897 square meters. Right overland is tax declaration named to Leoncia M. Hilito, Linda Hilito Navarrete, and Ria Lynn Hilito Mendoza with the affidavit of consent from heirs to Ma'am Ria Lynn. CLUP classification is medium density residential mixed use zone R2. Location of construction is at Barangay Balabag. Authorized representative po si Ma'am Ria Lynn mismo po.
Okay, good afternoon, Mrs. Mendoza.
Hello po, good afternoon po.
Any query from our members?
may existing structure imo to serve for demolition man dapat na.
But ma-comply na ang kwan?
Yes, sir.
According sa plan, ma-comply
Yes,
naman
sir.
ang tanan
Oo,
requirements. Okay.
Ito tra sa inyo kita sulod to.
Oo, sir.
Ah.
Sa may akel ko po.
Okay.
So, wala naman
Open space, okay man, ano?
Yes,
Balbawang
sir.
area.
Complied, sir.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chair, for inspection na lang siguro. Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Then,
Schedule na lang inspection. Pa-inform lang ikaw, Mrs. Mendoza. Oh, thank you, ha. On this note, we will refer this to the Committee on Housing, Land Utilization, and Building Construction.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Miss Joanne. Tapos na, yun lang? Okay. Hina, kaya ang mana, hadlokan sa mga apply. Hadlokan sa mga apply ron. Okay. Madam Secretary, let's proceed to other incoming.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, for our additional incoming request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a contract with Engineer Rafael Escabarte Jr., geodetic engineer for the survey of Malay Sanitary Landfill at Barangay Kabulihan.
Refer to Committee on Laws. Proceed.
Next is annual budget of Barangays Cubay Norte, Mutag, Manukmano, Cubay Sur, additional Kabulihan, Naasog, and Barangay Balabag.
Refer to Committee on
2018.
Appropriation. Proceed.
Next is an ordinance creating the Malay Council for Women of the Municipality of Malay introduced by Honorable Graf.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
And additional incoming, Mr. Chairman, request of the municipal mayor for the creation of various positions included in the annual budget of the municipality of Malay for calendar year 2018.
Okay, refer to Committee on Laws.
And
Proceed
for
to
our
committee report.
Committee on Laws and Ordinance. Committee on Laws and Ordinance regarding Resolution number 17, series of 2018 of Barangay Dumlog.
Okay, our chairman on Committee on Laws,
Wanted.
Honorable
Committee on Laws.
Gallinero, it's now your turn. This regarding the Resolution number 17, series of 2018 of Barangay Dumlog.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is with regards to the barangay resolution of the Barangay Dumulog Council, a resolution constituting the Task Force on Youth Development, Barangay Dumulog, Municipality of Malay, Province of Aklan. This is with regards, Mr. Chair, to the utilization of Youth Development Plan amounting to 158,423.10 pesos. So upon verification and checking all the necessary documents, Mr. Chair, the Barangay Dumulog complied all the necessary documents required by the government. So on that matter, Mr. Chair, I move that this application of Barangay Dumulog be adopted and calendared on the second reading.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the adoption of his committee report regarding the resolution number 17, series of 2018 of Barangay Dumlog, seconded by Honorable De Los Santos. So the said committee report is hereby adopted and be calendared for second reading. Proceed.
Next committee report, Mr. Chairman, is Committee on Land Use on request for SB endorsement of the following. First is Juan Paulo Avendano, construction of 4-story Palasa Spa building located at Barangay Balabag.
Okay, the committee chairman on land use.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The application of Mr. Juan Paulo Avendenado, a proposed 4-story Plaza Spa building was inspected. No? As per inspection, the proposed project had not been started, and but there is an existing structure that need to demolish before the project start. It complied also the 6-meter setback from the center of the main road. They complied also the 3 slots parking area, conform the zoning classification. This is medium density tourist commercial zone T2, no? Open space 15%, so 15.76%, Mr. Chairman. So with this, Chairman, since there was a compliance of our existing ordinance, especially on ordinance 267 and 328, I move that the application of Juan Paulo D. Advinado will be endorsed, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the approval of the endorsement of proponent Mr. Juan Paulo Avindano, seconded by Honorable De Los Santos. So the said motion is hereby approved. Proceed.
Next is Bilarmin International Corporation. Proposed renovation of Patio Pacific A and B building located at Barangay Balabag.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. So the application of Bilarmin International Corporation, the proposed renovation of Patio Pacific A and B building in Balabag was inspected, Mr. Chairman. And the proposed renovation not started because they are going to demolish, no, some portion of the structures, and to the firewall of the building, Mr. Chairman, to comply with the 6-meter setback from the main road. The open space is 41.13 space percent. It's complied with our open space, and also conform the zoning classification, which is a low density tourist commercial zone T1. Yung Patio Pacific sa kung nakita natin, Mr. Chairman, dahil magapit-kapit ko, di mo sa dagat na eh. So they will demolish the structures na naabot ng 6 meters. So from point to point.
Kabilaan eh.
Kabilaan yun. From almost ilang meters yan eh.
Ang pahaba.
Pahaba, oh. Kita natin nakadikit na eh, no?
Setback sanda.
May setback nila na. So maganda ako dahil parang kung i-demolish nila yan, so gaganda yung sa area ng portion na yan. And I hope the some will follow also, Mr. Chairman. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that the application of Bilarmin International
Mr. Chair.
Corporation.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, because I'm very worried with regards to the setback, but actually during the report of Honorable Bautista, he said that the pink patio will comply for the
They
setback.
will remove all the structures within the 6 meters from the center of the Mr. Chair.
That's all, Mr.
And
Chair.
to beautify the area.
Committee Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So with that, Mr. Chair, the application of Bilarmin International Corporation, I move that the application shall be endorsed, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the approval of the endorsement of the proponent, Mr. Bilarmin International Corporation, seconded by Honorable De Los Santos. So the said motion is hereby approved. Proceed.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is ASEC Development and Construction Corporation, as built of 1-story barracks with office at Barangay Yapak.
The committee chairman.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, Mr. Chair. We inspected the area for the application of ASIC Development and Construction Corporation. Which we applied for a 1-story barracks with office. The barracks is already finished, Mr. Chairman. So there was a violation already. And the big problem, Mr. Chairman, is the non-conforming with our zoning classification, since the area is medium density tourist commercial zone. So it's not allowed for barracks. The setback is only 4.1 meters from the center of the road. So wala sa compliance. Supposedly, about 6 meters. When we inspected, they said here when they presented the projects, that they're expecting 150 workers, and they have only 4 comfort rooms. So hindi ka kaya, so they have to, but they promised to make additional comfort rooms in order to masuportahan the needs of other workers. Ang problema, Mr. Chair, din nakita ko sa area del mga residential, bukod ni mo suited sa barracks eh. No? Nakita ko, no? I said, you have to make your house rules. Kung ano bang house rules nyo, kasi problema ta sa lugar ngayon, bisa kung kuha na abo-abo nga pamuyo na sa area. So that's why I recommended to them na kung pwede, they have to get an endorsement from the barangay council. Para naman na the barangay, alam nila na mayroong barracks dyan. At the same time, ang ano ko ba nga, para naman ma-prevent, alam mo na, yung tao is crowded ang lugar nga ron eh. Basi hindi na makontrol baga ang mga staff una. So I am recommending to get or to secure an endorsement from the barangay council. At since may violation sa aton nga si LUP eh. Anyway, the barracks is only temporary dahil after sa ano naman nila is their undertakings is after they finish the projects on July ata this year. So they will demolish also the barracks. So, ay paano kung di agi na matapos for project? So there will be some extension. So ano lang sa Mr. Chairman, dahil kailangan giman dahil malisod gausoy lugar ito nga butangan na ng barracks. But I require them to have the endorsement from the barangay council, the chairman, this project.
Okay, so in that case, you will
Pending,
defer,
Mr. Chairman,
defer the endorsement.
the application for endorsement will be pending subject for compliance of some recommendations.
Okay.
One of which, Mr. Chairman, is endorsement from the barangay council.
Okay, thank you, the committee chairman. So proceed to the last one.
Next, Mr. Chairman, spouses Jessie Villarreal and Abigail Villarreal proposed two-story four rooms rest house at Barangay Katiklan.
Okay, the committee chairman. Honorable Bautista. Is it Honorable Aaron, you requested her to inspect or did the inspection of this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
What happened with that?
What happened?
Kasi may report man.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, so it's what ex officio SB Aaron was requested to inspect to inspect for the inspection of the chairman. So the recommendation as per inspection report, Mr. Chairman, is we have a copy here. So for this is GC Villarreal and Abigail Villarreal, the proposed two-story four rooms rest house located at Katiklan, Mr. Chairman. The project not yet started, but there was a fence, no, made by cyclone wire that encroached the access road. So it was required to set back 2 meters to comply the setback. Therefore, the SB endorsement shall be issued upon complying the 2 meter setback of their fence. So we have to wait, Mr. Chairman, maybe after inspection of the zoning office, if there is a compliance with this setback, Mr. Chairman. So we will wait the inspection and report of the zoning if the setback requirements is complied with, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
So this is pending until the zoning will submit the report if the setback requirements is complied.
Okay. As stated by the chairman of the Committee on Construction, the said applicant will be deferred for further
subject for
inspection,
inspection
and some compliance of the requirements. Okay, let's proceed to
Mr. Chairman, may additional committee report.
Medyo pa?
Committee on Budget.
Okay.
Committee on Budget and Appropriation regarding annual budget of Barangay Napaan for calendar year 2018.
Okay, the committee chairman on appropriation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is with regards to the submission of Barangay Napaan of their annual budget, Mr. Chair, amounting to 3,671,304.79. On that case, Mr. Chair, upon finding that this budget has complied substantially with the provision of the local government and other budgetary issuances, I move that this annual budget for calendar year 2018 of Barangay Napaan be adopted and calendar on the second reading.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the adoption of this committee report regarding the budget and appropriation of annual budget of Barangay Napaan for calendar year 2018, seconded by Honorable De Los Santos. So the said committee report is hereby adopted and be calendared for second reading. Proceed with the calendar of business.
For our calendar of business for the day, second reading, we have first an ordinance creating the office of the zoning administrator of the municipality of Malay, Aklan. This is introduced by Honorable Bautista.
The chairman of Committee on Laws.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We are now on the second reading. This is with regards to a draft ordinance by Honorable Frolibar S. Bautista, an ordinance creating the office of the zoning administrator of the municipality of Malay. So if the member of this august body, Mr. Chair, have given a copy of this draft ordinance, this summary presentation is now ready for any clarification or any amendments or any addendum with regards to this ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Honorable Bautista.
Okay, Mr. Chair, thank you. So I proposed for some amendments, Mr. Chair, on the
Section 1.
Number 3 of Section 1. And, I think it was expected by the Chairman Committee on Laws.
Okay. Actually, Mr. Chair, in Section 1, this is the creation of the Office of the Zoning Administrator qualification. The qualification, Mr. Chair, is that the zoning administrator must be appointed by the municipal mayor with salary grade 24, and her primary work or primary concern is the enforcement and administration of the municipality's zoning ordinances, laws, and policies. No, so in this matter, Mr. Chair, there were some shall we say qualification for being the zoning administrator of this municipality. Number 1, must be a licensed civil engineer, a licensed architect, or urban and regional planning from a recognized school or university. But upon verification, Mr. Chair, I think this number 1, particularly on the urban and regional planning from a recognized school or university, must be deleted, Mr. Chair, because of budlay goso itmana karanga panabi position, no? So, and then number 3, must have a legal or urban development planning background. So we have to delete this also, Mr. Chair, in order to accommodate a very that the qualification befitted, like for example, only a licensed civil engineer and a licensed architect. How about number 2? We must have a master's degree in public administration or management. Delete natin niya. So number 2 is deleted, and number 3, and some qualification like urban and regional planning from a recognized school or university must be deleted also. So number 1 must be a licensed civil engineer and a licensed architect. And then number 2 must be deleted, and also number 3. So the number 3 must be number 2, and 5 must be number 3, and 6 must be number 4, and 7 must be number 5. So number 2 must have a working knowledge on the revised CLUP zoning ordinance, laws, and policies. Number 3 must be a resident of the municipality of Malay. Number 4 must have a 4 years experience in a position involving management and supervision. Number 5 must have 24 hours training in management and supervision. Okay, so in Section 2, powers and function of the zoning administrator. Pursuant to the provision of the Municipal Ordinance Number 337 Series of 2014, the zoning administration shall perform the following function, duties, and responsibilities. So number 1, any comments? Enforcement and implementation. Number 2, sa planning. Section 3, staffing. Any question? Dan? Section 5, budget Bakit nawala yung section 4? Nawala yung section 4, madam. Section 3, so number 5 must be section 4. Number 6 must be number 5. Number 7 must be number 6. Number 8 must be number 7. Sa numbering kita na sila.
Section 4 ang 1.
8.
Personnel functioning under existing.
Okay.
I think this is in staffing complement personnel functioning under existing kasama section 3 na eh. That's definition. Number 5, budget appropriation. Provision for appropriation covering the expenditures to operationalize the office of the zoning administrator shall be provided through regular and supplemental budget. So, any comments? Hearing none, Mr. Chair, I move that this ordinance, an ordinance creating the office of the zoning administrator of the municipality of Malay, Aklan, introduced by Honorable Frolibar Bautista, be approved and calendared on the third and final reading with some amendments, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the approval of an ordinance creating the office of the zoning administrator and of the municipality of Malay, Aklan, as introduced by Honorable Promi Bautista, seconded by Honorable Grab. So the said ordinance is hereby approved and be calendared for third and final reading. Proceed.
Okay, next and second reading is an ordinance amending Municipal Ordinance Number 358, Series of 2016, an ordinance requiring all structure, building constructions in the municipality of Malay, Aklan to secure endorsement from the Sangguniang Bayan, introduced by Honorable Gallinero.
Proceed, the committee chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is an ordinance amending Municipal Ordinance Number 358, Series of 2016, an ordinance requiring all structure, building constructions in the municipality of Malay, Aklan to secure endorsement from the Sangguniang Bayan. Yung spelling ng Sangguniang na Sangguniang, ano yan? This draft ordinance, Mr. Chair, introduced by yours truly. This is with connection to our municipal ordinance number 358, no? Ginamend lang naton ang 358. That the project proponent or an authorized representative or the actual owner of the project, when deemed necessary by the concerned committee, properly explain the project, shall be required to appear in the committee hearing for the presentation of project proposals. And the project proponent or an authorized representative or the actual owner of the project, when deemed necessary by the committee, to properly explain the project to appear in the committee hearing for the presentation of the proposed project, Mr. Chair. So, ginkuan lang man nato na. Ayos at siyang koro. So, if there's any clarification, hearing none, Mr. Chair, I move that this ordinance amending ordinance number 358, series of 2016, be approved and calendared on the third reading.
Okay. So there's a motion from the committee chairman for the approval of an ordinance amending Municipal Ordinance number 358, series of 2016, an ordinance requiring all structure, building constructions in the municipality of Malay, Aklan to secure an endorsement from the Sangguniang Bayan, introduced by Honorable Jupiter Gallinero, and be calendared for third and final reading. Seconded by Honorable De Los Santos. The said ordinance is by approved and be calendared again for third and final reading. Proceed.
Okay, next on second reading is a resolution authorizing the municipal mayor, Honorable Ciceron Escawaling, to negotiate and enter into a deed of adjudication with sale with the surviving heirs of Mr. Manuel Prado for the purchase of lot situated in Barangay Mutag.
Proceed, Committee Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a resolution authorizing our municipal mayor, Honorable Ciceron Iscawaling, to negotiate and enter a deed of adjudication with sale with the surviving heirs of Mr. Manuel Prado for the purchase of lot situated in Barangay Mutag. This is with regards to the purchase of a piece of land, Mr. Chair, intended to Barangay Mutag for their to be used as their barangay plaza, and some purpose since the old plaza o Barangay Mutag naka-float dahil wait documents, no? So that's why actually this was a request before of Honorable Ninette Graf, no, as punong barangay o Barangay Mutag 3 years ago.
Approved by Mayor Jan.
Approved by Mayor Jan, no? And of course right now they have to reiterate it that ang una ay ma-materialize.
Abo nga requirement ang ano ang
So many
related ang
requirements.
hugta. So dapat may mga there has to be documentation from mga bureau to para mapirma ni Alma. Oo, nga uwa uta ginagamita nga plantation nga rice land for many years. Dahil nga baha pirmi o taas ang tubig. Uwa gabunga ang hugta. So it's like barren. Gid mata.
So this is a good precedent because if this one is duly approved, then I think the request of Barangay Balabag will
follow.
will follow.
Mr. Chairman, I am very much concerned on the right of way since yes, since the
Honorable
property
Bautista.
I can answer for that,
yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chair. It's only a matter of signature of the owner because the land that we will be using as right of way belong to ADP din, no, Pidencio kasidsid. Imaw ang gangayo kung anong portion itaon na imaw ng portion nga baylo na ton sa i-purchase na ton nga equipment. So the Barangay Mutag is preparing the MOA memorandum agreement na si ADP din agang Barangay Mutag agree nga mag-swap pala ta para masyado abo ang sangat.
So that's why, Mr. Chairman,
so it's just a matter of the signature of ADP din. It's been agreed and ano already.
I think the acquisition of
Bautista.
property and at the same time the MOA will come together so that to avoid any problem in the future. So, baka mabili yan at saka walang right of way. So patay. Patay ang
They need
should
more.
patay ang
Should be
4 billion.
simultaneous with the sale.
Together.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the query of our Honorable Bautista is answered by
Excuse me, Honorable Brinero.
Yes.
Were you able to consult the legal officer regarding this? No need. No, I mean the purchase of the land. There's no need, no? So Balabag will have the same. Okay.
Okay, so on that matter, Mr. Chair, I move that the resolution authorizing the municipal mayor, Honorable Ciceron Iscawaling, to negotiate and enter into a deed of adjudication with sale with the surviving heirs of Mr. Manuel Prado for the purchase of lots situated in Barangay Mutag be approved with
With the understanding that
With the
the
understanding that
MOA of the right of way
With the right of way.
will be executed also.
Yes, Mr.
I
Chair.
second the motion.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the approval of a resolution authorizing the municipal mayor, Honorable Ciceron Iscawaling, to negotiate and enter into a deed of adjudication with sale with the surviving heirs of Mr. Manuel Prado for the purchase of lot situated in Barangay Mutag, with the understanding that the right of way or access road leading to that property be executed also. So it was seconded by Honorable Grab. So the said resolution is approved.
No, approved.
Is approved. Final. Proceed.
Last, on second reading is an omnibus resolution approving the annual budget of Barangays Katiklan, Dumlog, and Pugon for calendar year 2018.
Proceed, the committee chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a resolution an omnibus resolution approving the annual budget of Barangay Katiklan, Dumlog, and Cogon for calendar year 2018. The three barangays, Mr. Chair, submitted to this August body their annual budget for calendar year 2018. For Barangay Katiklan, they submitted 15,276,317 pesos. For their personal services, they budgeted 4,438,746.66. On their MOOE, 8,668,635.85, and on their capital outlay, they budgeted 2,168,934 pesos and 49 cents, a total of 15,276,317. While in Barangay Dumlog, Mr. Chair, on their personal services, they budgeted 806,724 pesos. On their MOE, 388,149.25 pesos. On their capital outlay, they budgeted 389,357.75 for a total budgetary appropriation for calendar year 2018 of 1,584,231 pesos. For Barangay Cogon, their personal services amounting to 734,275, and their MOE 374,532.50, capital outlay 357,602.50 with a total budgetary appropriation of 1,466,410 pesos, Mr. Chair. If there's any comments, any clarification, the summary representation is now ready for clarification, Mr. Chair. Hearing none, I move that this omnibus resolution approving the annual budget of Barangay Katiklan amounting to 15,276,317, Barangay Dumlog 1,584,231,000, and Barangay Cogon amounting to 1,466,410 be approved on the second and final reading.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the approval of the omnibus resolution approving the annual budget of Barangay Katiklan, Dumlog, and Cogon for calendar year 2018, seconded by Honorable Graf. So the said motion is hereby approved. So let's proceed to the unassigned business.
Mr. Chairman, for our unassigned business, we have here resolution number 2, series of 2018 of Masboy. Resolution requesting the Office of the Sangguniang Bayan, headed by Honorable Vice Mayor Abram L. Swalog, to allocate funds for the 10 units of Parao for various expenses in participation to the 46 Iloilo Parao Regatta activities on February 9 to 17.
Okay, so let's work out on the funding, no?
Request na funding. Ano na
Sa tourism na tayo nga bola. Or Office of the Mayor.
Tourism, oh. Akuan mo lang, ang authorization kay Mayor lang binabra. Okay, just work it out on Madam Secretary. So, wala ibang unassigned business?
For information and guidance of the body, Mr. Chairman, the Masboy submitted their tariff rates for Parao sailing.
Tariff rate?
Nagpasa sa na tariff rates para sa lang Parao.
Increase?
Same man gihapon. For information and guidance of the body lang.
Okay.
I think we have to adapt the rates, no, para to avoid wala na ba silang ano diyan? I mean conflict on pagsakan ng presyo ba? Wala ba? So I think we have to require the BIHA to submit to avoid na nga natin yung mga conflict ba sa mga wagsakan presyo ngayon. So I think we have to
They submitted their tariff rate on the committee chair on cooperative.
So para we will adopt it para din it is approved.
Atong nga taripa bala nga ginsubmit sa ato. For kuan mo na ito. Helmet diving.
Anong comments nila to? Pangayo, check naton kon. Oo, ikuha natin umano, check sa.
Mas namin ang honorable votes na sadya imong panagod. On the record balahay
Oh.
na nga tariff rate.
Para i-avoid na barong bagsakat presyo dahil
bagsakat
mura-mura, kung may rate kita, di may violations na pwede siya na i-penalize.
Okay. Okay.
And I have also a proposal, Mr. Chairman, sa mga itong mga accreditation sa mga associations ba? Especially, kaya nga we encourage this association for its creation in order to ease ng problema natin sa implementation ng ordinansa. But there are some association na they do not police their own ranks, no? Their members. So kung palaging may mga violation mga members, I think we have to stop the accreditation, renewal accreditation of the associations. Dahil ang mga problema o na nga ipasa pat ano problema ya sa SB. Na dapat within their
House
association
rules.
sila na dapat ang mag-implementar, no?
House rules.
And to assist us on the implementation of our ordinances, especially on their operations. So I think we have to do some policy also na pag nakita nato, then we will let the MAP to submit to us yung mga issuances of the tickets, kung ano mga associations ng members may violations, para i-sanction man naton ang mga association niya ron nga hindi na kaya i-police ang mga membro.
Okay. On that note,
Chairman.
it's timely because I think they are going to renew their accreditation. So we might as well require them to submit an undertaking, no? That they will police their own ranks, that they will assist us on the implementation of our existing ordinance.
And submit to us also their house rules and regulations.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Mr. Chair, yung mga ano ba, mga regular nga violators, because there are actually a group or a few nga permi gilang ginasaway itaton nga map.
Because we will inform them that if
from main beach to the other beach, to the Bulabog beach.
if there are habitual and frequent violation among their group, then we will revoke their accreditation.
And now once wala sa accreditation, so mayor will not give them permits also.
Yes. Okay, that's a good idea. So we will formalize that into a resolution.
Last warning.
Padraft na lang, padraft
Thank
na lang.
you, yeah,
Padraft na
Mr.
lang, okay.
Chairman.
Sige. Other matters?
Mr. Chair, I
Honorable Craft?
visited the slaughterhouse yesterday, and I find it not, I mean, it's acceptable mata ng itsura, except our drainage system is not working. So actually they connected a pipe to the main road, cross the main road to the rice land, to the neighbor rice land, and I think the owner of the rice land can no longer plant. They can no longer utilize his rice land because all the water is coming from the dirty water coming from the slaughterhouse is going there. And according to the lady who was entertained us yesterday, our septic tank there is either clogged or already filled up. So there are portion there that really needs to have maybe a few trucks of gravel and sand to fill up para hindi maghapok baga. So because the animals, they would tie them in that area before they get slaughtered. So ang portion man kiwaan, it should be cemented already para may man nga kanal. So it will look a little bit or even made of with tiles, cement or something, so that it will look more ano nga dyan,
Presentable and
that's not only presentable but clean gid abaga imaw nga ano. And also the area, and also I found a lot of mulabi imaw ginagatong abo sosyal makon nga slaughterhouse dyan mulabi anang gatong. Pwede nga, bakon ko lang dyan, imaw ko nang ginabaligya. Sanda, I don't know if it's the tree itself or it's branches of a tree. Yeah. It could be either, either this or that. But I said, can I buy? Can I buy? Sayang ba, Mr. Chair? Mga manatag ko, and they've been supplied by a supplier, and they said it's coming from Barangay Naasog. So I think we have to call the attention of the barangay captain there to check if
the First Lady is here listening.
Where is he? Asa nga malang. So imo galiran hindi puslan sa nga. Ay abo anay kanugo na ako nga ni bakun ko lang diya. Medyo pwede patampuslan diya. So actually that's my observation, Mr. Chair. I have photos, and I will make a formal, how you call that, report, committee
yeah.
report for the body to have a copy for our office. And also, I told the mayor already yesterday that there is really a need to make another septic tank, I think. So it's not going towards the neighborhood. Kaguoy mata ang neighbor. Hindi tamtamnan anang bati, dahil puro lata ano katabok to.
So, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Graf, for
With
that
that report, Mr. Chairman, so it's the same as I inspected also almost 3 years ago. So why not we invite some private companies interested to operate it in a private Chairman? May say privatization. No? Improve nila, at the same time we have a share. Then to make a double A standard our slaughterhouse.
After the final report of Honorable Graf, then we will incorporate your proposal.
And
So
according
we'll-
to Mr. Chair, according to them, ano pa they on a daily basis they have over 31 to 35
Only.
oo. They cannot accommodate more because hindi kaya eh. But I think if we improve it, I think it's ano man eh, may financial ano rin eh, na kitao ng income gid man. Kung ayuson eh
And
sadya.
including also the Chairman, our market in Katiklan, if there's somebody interested, if privatized
Privatized
also.
also, yeah.
Since
Then you're
nakita for
also-
how many years, ganyan pa rin yung market eh.
What income?
No changes. No income. So why not
Na-subsidize na to
allow
ng
some
budget.
private companies to develop the public market and make it as like a mall? Diba?
Okay, so we will consider that proposal. Okay. Any other matters? No. Now I would like to
Announcement, Mr. Chair.
may announce ako na. We have good news and bad news. Good news, we will totally renovate our session hall. Bad news is din kita ma-session.
Mr. Chair, pwede namon i-request nga ang mga ladies sa may anda nga powder room.
Yeah.
Powder room. Kung to man lang mag-abot kami. Para sa
That will be
Para sa
funded by
mamaw,
a private
gatubang
person because it's not included in the budget.
Ay, how about the for men? Ano ba ang special for men? Sila may powder room eh.
Kundi
Ano special for men?
Make-up room.
Okay, so
Maybe we can hold our session on the plaza.
Ano?
Yeah, so that everybody can attend.
Ginit.
Kung wa, gini kung wa, kita.
Dahil waton pwedeng obran ang aton nga Miss Hall agang to sa akong opisina sa babaw.
Oh.
Temporary na eh. It will take mga 2 months or 3 months ang renovation.
May ano gon, Mr. Chair, may aton nga design.
Ito rin, pobrahan ng design.
Ang toilets, please make it.
Ako ang mapili tiles agad ng mga kwan.
Agang fixtures ay bukon it na ano.
Eh,
Dali
bukon,
man
kasi
mga
sa naton-
fixtures. Bukon na bagat kauya-uya kung may mga
Eh,
bisita kita nga mga sosyal.
5-star na to ng pictures.
5-star nga hotel.
International
Standard.
Standard.
Daan mo human hindi pa matapos.
Italian o German made itong bathroom. Bathroom fixtures. With shower room.
Kwan, ang obrahon naton sa kwan, may individual table ta kita.
Parliament.
Kada kwan
Hindi
individual
ko alam kasi
table.
mag-federalism.
Bukod cubicle. Pwede may cubicle kami. Pwede may cubicle kami.
Office.
Cubicle?
Maubra
Basta cubicle
extension
lang.
kita. Hindi nag-request kay mayor ka to nga may expansion kita.
Oh, I mean kahuoy man kitang mag-abot to di nga mana kita sa wa kita bagay man sa wa kita. Oo, may chikon pa ikaw mga papel. Wa, I mean
That it should be may sunod-sunod nga pa na to. May request ako kay mayor ka to ay nag-istorya na ako na vice pwede nga idungan ako na pagpubra kita na no. Mo nang number sa ako. Doon nag-request ako 6 million para extension ng opisina na to.
I-connect. Tabuon.
Oo. Oo.
Pwede ka ilis ba? Hindi ka tulog.
Tugog. Hindi pwede ka huntay.
Grabe ang request ni Honorable De Los Santos, kwarto ta.
Yaom na kon music
Ang sunod naman karan, Honorable Jupiter, sekretarya naman ang i-request.
Yaom na kon entertainment.
May nap ag may ilisan ka may Sunod na unahon ta na renovation, and then sunod na yun ay aton individual office dayon kada SB. Okay? May announcement pa? Honorable Gallinero?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Announcement to all the members of Philippine Councilors League Aklan Chapter. The PCL, headed by the President, Mr. Honorable T.D. Tupas, would like to announce to everyone that we have our fundraising on January 25, a 4-cock derby at Banga Cockpit. 4-cock derby, pot money is 5,500. So, to those who are fond of cockfighting, please go. To those who are not, please give your share. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to delegate my appearance to Honorable De Los Santos.
Me also. Amo nga ikot ta?
Okay?
Mr. Chairman, gangayo ang
Madam
tabang
Secretary.
aton player hagtuan si Mr. Edwin Villanueva ang ka-training baga to sa swimming sa Manila. Wow, ako not allowance.
Iso, si paano?
Bawas lang sa sweldo. Ay, sus. Hinay, tatulog. Paglagoy. Ay, sardinas. Sula.
Amot-amot lang kita? Amot-amot lang kami? Oh, ako 1,000. Ako.
1,000.
Hmm.
Mr. Chair, may isang bilog. Oh, 1,000 each.
Honorable Graf?
Mr. Chair, may isang bilog lang ako nga medyo gusto na kung i-clarify gid eksakto, no? Kasi sa pag-acquire it ng business permit, gina-require ang mga owners, di ba? Ang owners nga mag-submit it anda nga stool, anda nga imo ra ang requirement. So para sa bukon baga I think certificate hindi masubmit kita like our new association ang SUP. I have to submit because otherwise ako di ba nga dapat it should be the workers. What if I am sick? And then I submit and then they found out I was sick. So obrahon nanda? Di ba? I mean these are the thing because actually ang daan kabayaran only for food handling, ang direct nga nag-deal sa customers. But if you're not doing it, why should you be subjected to the to submitting your urine and your stool? Who owners kita bi nakabutang imo
workers. Actually, Mr. Chair, we have a lot of problems in renewing our some of the business permits of other, no, because of ang requirements. So I hope that as committee chair on laws, no, maybe after this we have to call a meeting, committee hearing or a meeting with all the department heads together with the Sanggunian. Dahil medyo grabe taro requirements, no. We experienced that even before, no. Like kasi sa aton my store, it's almost 20 years. Every year submit. You have to yung requirements last year, mangyapon na yung requirements kara.
Renewal ka man lang.
So, I don't know kung pwede natin mabawasan ba yung mga Yes, kung
if it's the same person
like,
submitting.
Fire, kasi gin-inspect ko na last year. Or any other requirements.
Structure.
Yeah, structure. Oo. Pero kung the same,
okay, mas may siguro ipatawag ta the soonest
The
possible time kung sige nga require kaya sa
the
mga
department's
applicant.
concerned. Iya, natural lang sa fire para sa mga fire extinguisher.
Because I also asked the department, MOH, MHO, aton ko nung ordinansa they're just implementing.
May X-ray ganit pa.
Oo.
May X-ray pa.
So I mean, I see. Do you think we can call Mr. Si George Wang to come here and have himself checked? Ang tag-iya it siyang rila mga manabangatan. I mean, it's like requesting for impossible.
I think Mr. Chair, wala sa owners eh. Ang mga workers
Direct workers na especially on food handling and medical handling ito na tanan. Aton mga nurse, aton mga midwife.
Yeah, I
food
think we have to
handling.
to clarify that para klaro man sa
Okay,
MHO.
so
dahil ang
we will-
MHO, aton ko ng ordinansa, they're just implementing. So it's up to
Yeah.
us to amend para
Okay.
hindi on the ground.
Would you like, Honorable Graf, that we will invite the MHO, Dr. Selaber, no?
Maybe on the
Invite
other,
natin.
hindi lang sa session, Mr. Chair.
Other
On the
session,
other
oo.
one,
Sa committee
venue.
lang?
Kung
Committee, okay,
lang.
sige. Okay, thank you.
Mr.
Honorable-
Chair, ay kung karabi naton sanda ipatawag nga sige ongoing ang kwan, hindi man naton masapare. So and then sanda dahil signatory sanda basi makwan pa andang oras bala. So maybe after this and then it will take effect next
Okay.
year kung ano gid man.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Honorable Galinero.
Mr. Chair, wish us luck in our fourth appearance in the congressional hearing inquiry in Manila. We will be appearing there, and I think the mayor is also going tonight, and the governor. So it's all about our issues that we raised to the Congress. Aton nga drainage system, ang andang nga mga gastos national actually sa aton di sa Boracay nga uwa nang dagi na tawit atensyon itato national government. So imaw sugid namon sa Congress.
Okay.
So ginapatawag tanan na imaw ron nga I think that's the reason why our secretaries came here last 2 weeks ago to actually nag-abot sa no pagkaaga may invitation no ng Congress. So meaning they've complied on baga may sugid sa to mag-appear because they've been called 3 times, they never appeared. So the Congress woman, I don't know from which province, said they have shall we issue subpoena and arrest them, the Secretary of the DNR and the Secretary of Tourism. So appears daw di sa aton because they've never visited us ever since they assumed their seat. O asa nakabisita sa aton. So may tangja nagbisita sa aton, di ba? Para may sugid sanda. I
Okay.
immediately the next day, may invitation na his Congress.
Okay. Good luck, Honorable Graf,
Thank
and
you,
to
Mr.
the
Chair.
rest of your company.
Oh.
Honorable Galinero.
Mr. Chair, if there's no more to be discussed on our third regular session, I move that our session be adjourned.
Okay, there's a motion from Honorable Galinero for the adjournment of our third regular session. So our third regular session is hereby adjourned, seconded by Honorable De Los Santos. So our third regular session is hereby adjourned at exactly 3:10 in the afternoon. Thank you.
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still broadcasted to the radio.
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personality, even in those of my family.
Para ma-improve talaga yung aming